Mic check, mic check, mic check. Crew season is back again, man. This is gonna be a hell of an episode, man. Before we get this thing started, it is another Wednesday night, 9:30 on the 9:30 ish on the dot.
Ish.
9:30 ish.
But we here. We here.
Well, we here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Before we get this thing started, man, salute the Crusader Nation in the building, man. Y'all already know what time it is. I need to see leaves all through the chat, man. Y'all know how we give it up. The likes is okay. Y'all doing your thing with the likes tonight. Okay. I ain't even gotta get an order, man. I see y'all, man. Salute the Crusader Nation in the building. Before we even get this thing started, I want to introduce my amazing panelists that we have up here this evening, man. First and foremost, we have Miss Kayla.com in the building with us this evening. We have Miss B Taylor TV in the building with us this evening. We have Miss Queen Sheba in the building with us this evening. Miss Lucky Marie in the building with us this evening. And Ricky Williams Boxing, y'all already know what time it is with bro, in the building with us this evening. Last but not least, the OT, Ricky Romance, in the building.
Ricky Romance, Mr. Bitches, Pastor, all that.
Oh my God. I'm sick of this nigga, man. And last but not least, man, I'm D-Trail AC. This is another episode of the Crew Season live stream. Tonight we're gonna talk about some interesting things. But before we get started, man, mental health check. How's everybody doing, man?
Good to go.
Doing good, doing great.
I love to hear it. A lot of times we come on these platforms and just get right into it. People be having shit that's bothering them in their real life and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to check, make sure everybody good, make sure everybody prepared for this, dope ass conversation, man.
Yeah.
Again, salute to the chat going crazy already. It's 200 in here already. 117 likes. Y'all are on it, man. Salute to y'all. The mods in the building. Kenny T, bring your ass up on stage if you ain't at work. Marcus White, I see you. JC, what up? Anime in the building. Futuristic vibes in the building. Look here, man. Red is in the building. Kinfolk S5 podcast. If y'all ain't tapped in, make sure y'all tap in, man. It's gonna be a hell of an episode, man. So first and foremost, like I say, because the likes already where they need to be. I don't even gotta, get an order. But I want to ask a kind of a question in terms of the dating scene, right? A lot of times we speak about like once you're already in the relationship and like how to navigate it. Today we gonna speak on the entry point. And in this era we in terms of social media, right? Everybody's hesitant to be vulnerable. Everybody's kind of scared to do too much. I don't want to give too much. I don't want to make it seem like I'm more interested in them than they interested in me. So I'm a slow play it. I'm gonna be too cool for school. I'm gonna do all of that. So I want to ask y'all, what is the proper strategy in terms of showcasing interest to somebody that you feeling in today's era? And we're gonna start with Miss B Taylor right out the gate.
Oh God. Okay. Don't be like me. I did everything backwards. But if you are, I think you just need to authentically be yourself. Don't try to go out your way and show him that you can cook and show him how you can do his laundry and show him that you can clean and you're just such a wife. Like, don't put on the act, be who you are. And don't do what I did.
Okay, see, holding back. We're gonna get to that in just a second. Miss Kayla, what's the proper way to showcase interest to somebody that you feeling in this era today, 2022?
I think the proper way is to be direct. I think people appreciate that. I think it's also just being intentional in a way where, you're being thoughtful. Like, you have to make them feel special in some kind of way. I think that is one thing that'll make, kind of the entry point for you to go from, someone, that I just met to someone that I'm like seeing. So I think, yeah, I agree. I don't know about, needing to overly do too much. At the beginning, I genuinely think that, you just do things to show them that you're thoughtful and to show them that you are thinking of them and considering them. and you should stand out. I think.
Interesting. Miss Lucky, when you are trying to showcase interest to that, man that you feel in awe, if you're giving advice to men, you could take it from either point. What's the proper way to showcase interest in this area that we in today?
I think you should be cautious of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do too much for somebody who's not willing to do the same. I think you should know what you guys are dating for. So if he sees a future with you, then I think it's okay to show how you can add to his life so that you can really stay at the top priority, in my opinion, because if you're dating, you're really up for grabs. Nobody is committed. So therefore you're in competition. And sometimes when you're still with them, you're in competition. So you have to understand, how can I be better than the rest of these? How can I let this person know that even if he out with her, he like, damn, this boring. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to who I was just talking to. So I think you should definitely step your game up and show, especially if you hear what men complain about, just do the things that they don't complain about and you kind of in the game. So I would say you definitely should show why you should be in the position you want him to be. So if you just want to be a girlfriend, then you should do just girlfriend stuff. If you want to be more than that, then you should step it up even before he proposes to you. You should let him know, like, without a doubt, I'm not questioning if this is who I want to be with, and vice versa. I think men should make it difficult for her to even say, oh, compare you to other people. Because if you're dating, you are comparing. You know what I'm saying? So I think a man should show his hand to where she know if she messed this up, she can't get another. I think it should be vice versa. You should come through the door swinging.
Cards on the table. Oh, I see you emphatically agreeing. I want to get your take on what's the proper way. Showcase.
Damn. Lucky hit it spot on. But I'm agree with also what Kayla and B Taylor said too. Being just your authentic self, man. At the end of the day, they gotta accept you for you. Whether you goofy, corny, like whatever, there's gonna be somebody that fits your lane and that's gonna match that puzzle piece with you. That's just what it is. You can't be something that you're not. That's definitely what I learned, like just dealing with different women. Like I may try things that I'm really not comfortable with, but because it's them, I'm like, oh, let me do it. But learning that, like, if you don't want to do something, you ain't got to do it. If I don't want to take this trip or I don't know, go see something. I don't know, I'm just random, whatever. Like if it's really something that you don't want to do or don't feel comfortable doing, don't do it. You don't have to be somebody that you're not either. Because a lot of times people are trying to transform because this is what that person likes, and you're not comfortable, but you like them, so you want to impress them, and you do things out of your comfort zone. So just being authentic, to who you are, just being real, just again honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like people got to accept you at the end of the day.
And I also think that it's important to do that because one, don't waste time if they don't like how you are. It's less time wasted. You don't rock with how I am, cool. Keep it moving. And then secondly, you don't want him to think that you're fake or that you changed up. If you start doing things in a certain frequency at the beginning and then once you become his girl,
Yep.
You're not doing it in the same frequency or doing it at all, that's going to be a problem. So just be yourself, like just be you, obviously be the best you, and that person should bring that out of you if they're the right one. But don't do something you can't maintain, men or women. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact, man. Boys go above and beyond. You going out flowers every day, dating 4 times a week, all that shit. Then when she get in a relationship, you start dying it down. And it's like she asking you, wait, what you doing? You like, well, you set that precedent. So what they saying is facts. Like you gotta be you. You damn near gotta under deliver at the beginning to account for the long term that y'all gonna be together. You gotta make, lay the foundation of some shit that you can maintain. That is 1,000% fact.
And
Miss
just one
Queen.
more thing. Oh, really quick, one more thing too. Like when she was just saying, like we were talking about competing, you gonna compete. If that's the person that you want to be with, I'm gonna do everything in my power to show that person that I want to be with you and I'm here with you. I trust you. Like everything that I do is for you. And a lot of times people are just, I've said this before too, they'll get into relationships and just think like because I'm here, then I'm cool. I can kick my feet back. Like you benefiting from me being here, but it's like you haven't even done nothing to show yourself a value to be beneficial to the relationship. So one thing I've always done is do small things. I've always wanted to be different in my relationships. Like I always wanted for you to compare me to every single man that you've dated. Like you've never had nobody do something that I've done consistently, just like being a gentleman, being a good listener, just showing you that I care. Even if it's something that may not go long term, it's just the basic principles that I do that really make me stand out. And see, they definitely be hitting me up for advice later or try to swing the block or something like that and be like, just it wasn't our time. But I've always wanted to set myself apart from other people though. So yeah, that's a fact what you were saying.
Well said. Miss Queen, what's the proper way? Showcase interest in this era today.
I think everybody said a little bit of what I was thinking, and I'll just kind of double down. Definitely be true to yourself, men and women. You got to be true to what you like. And if that's a hard like fix, if that's a deal breaker, pass it up. So that's the first thing. Be true to yourself. The other thing is, I don't think women should hunt actually in the dating phase. I think women do hunt, and I think we like to front. I really feel like in the dating phase, go ahead and let him lead. Let him hunt. I believe women are made to be discovered. I think we can be responsive to him if that's what we're feeling. I think it's important to be honest. Don't waste his time. Don't let him take you out. Don't let him treat you if you're not feeling him like that. That's where I'm at with it.
I agree 1,000%. Miss Saira, what's the proper way?
I agree with everybody. There has to be a balance. So, yep, just like Lucky said, Kayla, I agree with pretty much everybody. There definitely the balance of like, knowing how far being yourself at the end of the day, if you pretend to do or be something that you're not, it's going to show up 90 days later. That's how long it lasts, scientifically proven. You cannot fake what you're not. So you can say, oh, I'm cooking, but sooner or later it's going to be like, nope. That's why being yourself, it's definitely. And then just like Queen said, don't try to force anything. If you really don't like something about this person, talk to the person, let them know. It might be that we have the right to be nervous a little bit or act in a certain way. Probably was not meant, and probably the person will explain that it wasn't meant to happen, or whatever situation you didn't like, or improve that part. And then from there, you decide if you want to continue with it. But don't force a situation with someone that you already know you're not even interested. And the attention is really important. Just as much as women want attention, men also want our attention. That's important.
Well said. My dog, Ricky. I'm interested to hear, big dog. What is the proper way to showcase interest in this era?
In this era, shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dating. To be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But from my opinion, if you ask my opinion, right? I think the thing is that, and I say this all the time, you should be you all the time. You know what I mean? That's good and bad stuff, right? If it's stuff that you don't like, it's stuff you don't agree with, let that be known. That way the person that's dealing with you know what they in for. And I'm not saying you ain't got to change. I'm not saying you, again, like I said in the back, it's not that we shouldn't be approving ourselves on a daily, but at the core, you are you. You know what I mean? There's certain things that make you you, and you shouldn't have to change that for nobody. Right? Mess with people because you mess with them, not because you think they're going to do this, or potentially they might go here, or potentially they might know this is the person I know and I see, and anything that come on top of that is, it's extra, it sprinkles on ice cream. You know what I mean? But the main thing is to be intentional, to really be intentional. I think that's the biggest thing. If you out here looking to get married and that's your thing, right? Oh, I scare him off. Shit, scare him the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? That means you weren't supposed to be there. If you come off and you say, hey, look, I'm ready to get married. I'm tired of being in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Tired of being in these streets. And if that's not what you here to do, then say, hey, you know what? I'm not here. I'm not trying to take up your, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for a long time, not a good time, or a good time, not a long time, right? Yeah, a good time, not a long time, right? And hey, if you down with it, you down with it. Give people the option to deal with you or not. I think that would make make relationships as far as dating and knowing where people were at a whole lot easier.
That's a fact. I think giving them the option is key. Give them the option, man. Like, that's why I tell dudes all the time. They be trying to lie to women, be trying to manipulate women, or I'm going to say what she want to hear, whatever the case may be. If she going to fuck with you, she going to fuck with you, bro. That's just honest. So just you lying is only making it harder for you to have to remember these lies further down the line. And lying is not just verbal; it's what you show her. I be seeing niggas trying to pull women in rented cars, and like I said, you taking her out to expensive restaurants, and knowing after this check hit, you're gonna have $100 in your account after you pay that bill type shit. Like, stop advertising things. That's not you. If you Chili's or if you Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Walk her in there for that 2 for 20. Look, Kayla. Walk her in there for that 2 for 20. If that's where you at in life.
If that's where you're at life, baby, do that. Yes. We've been
Logan's.
there.
Logan's,
I've been taken on a 2 for 20 date.
Logan's Roadhouse, they still
I was
hit.
16, but same.
Logan's Logan's
I'd rather go to Popeyes.
Middle school.
Hey,
You can
But
take me to
Queen
Pollo
Sheba.
Tropico.
Queen Sheba, sometimes how are we gonna hunt if we don't know what's out there? Sometimes you may have to ruffle the bushes a little bit. I got to be able to look over there. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, 100%. I think men definitely want to hunt, but if we don't
you
know,
gotta say it.
if we don't know you in the area or in the vicinity, how are we supposed to catch you?
Then you got to switch your environment. You got to switch the grounds in which you hunt as a man. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming up empty-handed and the game ain't what your flavor and your palate is, switch it up a little bit. Go somewhere else. But I also think it's important. I think Trill said it. Have you ever just told a woman, listen, you look beautiful. I'm attracted to you. I want to take you out. I'm not interested in a relationship. I do want to make love to you tonight. Are you down?
I've never used the term make love. You can't use that on the first time. I don't know.
Deflection.
How?
Oh, no.
I think I understand Queen. I think I understand Queen by what they were saying, like giving you the chance to choose, like, because a woman, if she's gonna do it, she's going to do it regardless with the way you say it. If you're straightforward.
Yeah.
So just as you want women to be honest and straight with you, like it's the same.
See, that's the thing, because like when you come off like that, you run the risk of being like disrespectful. Right, like certain women will respect the hell out of that. You know what I'm saying? And especially, Queen has a nice voice, so it kind of makes it a bit easier to take on. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm really interested. I want to make love with you tonight and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Like most dudes, don't get me wrong, most dudes is gonna come right out the box of briefs if you come up and say that type of situation. But in terms of it being reversed, a lot of dudes ain't really got that pizzazz. They ain't really got that finesse to kind of get that off. So they gonna say it, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna come out crazy, and she gonna be like, damn, like that's what you think of me. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, like you gotta kind of finesse that. There are ways to come in there and say the same thing without using those words. And like I always say, bro, like
you'll be shocked.
Yeah,
at the response.
Plausible deniability.
Not after no 2 for 20.
Huh?
You can't ask that after a 2 for 20.
For some girls, you can. You give them a 2-piece and a pepper, you got it all night.
Okay.
You don't need the 2 for 20 to ask that though. Sometimes
ain't stop 8-piece.
Not all lucky, but I'm just saying it's different levels, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
You would hit them in a DM and tell them they look good, and then boom.
That's
facts. I guess because we do say your level, right? They hit your level, so that's crazy. Y'all don't even say Yard House. Y'all said Applebee's.
Wingstop.
They should have said Cheesecake Factory. You could definitely take me to the Cheesecake Factory. Let's go, baby.
I don't mind the Cheesecake Factory. Not a first date, but I don't mind.
We can definitely go there.
Yeah.
I already know everything on the menu because I used to be a manager there when I was in grad school.
They have a great Caesar salad.
They do, and their Santa Fe salad is great as well. Sorry, go ahead.
You're so stupid. Like, I'm telling you that Popeyes hit different, bro. Where you get that jalapeno with and that Popeyes hit different. You know what I'm saying? That jalapeno with some red beans and rice. We in there.
Well, I say it's certain dude, and again, we got to speak to this too, man. And again, there are tiers, there are levels. It's certain dudes that can get that off. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of dudes. Again, like it depends on how highly she views you. You know what I'm saying? If she don't really view you that highly, and you trying to earn your spot, you shooting outside your league, it wouldn't behoove you to pick her up and pull up to the Popeye drive-thru. You see what I'm saying? So you got to kind of gauge that to how much she is feeling you. Now, a lot of chicks, well, I'll let you get that off. A lot of chicks, you ain't even got to take them nowhere. You can just pull right up to the crib and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's another conversation for another day. But we
Another
talk about
conversation.
somebody that's, you know, most people, right? Like you got to kind of show them some type of effort in terms of getting it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did hear a word in y'all's feedback. I heard chasing. Men like to hunt. Men like to chase these things. And, you know, we touched on this on Kayla panel a couple weeks back. I want to get y'all's take on the idea of chasing from a male perspective. Is that smart to do?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Chasing.
I love when a man chases.
Yeah.
When we say,
I mean, no, because let's not say that means she running. No.
how long am I chasing?
Exactly, Lucky. Shout out to Lucky. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Shout out to Lucky, right? Like, you like me, right? You see what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Right?
I like you, but I don't want you
Maybe.
to so easy.
You don't know yet. I haven't let you know yet. Let's see what you're doing. Let's see what you're talking about.
Listen,
So you want me to be easy?
Linda, listen, Linda, right? No, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I tell y'all, right? You should be rock, even if you're pursuing. Hopefully, it's the guy that's coming that you trying to holler or trying to holler at you that you like. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Like a lot of women, I don't care. I don't care what these women out in the street. Again, nobody on the panel, right? But out in these streets, right? Out in these streets, a lot of women dealing with dudes y'all don't even like. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
I mean, we're not really dealing with them.
Some
They're
are.
just, they're
effort.
more like sponsors.
What's the problem with effort? Like, if you had a daughter, you wouldn't
just
just want your
around.
daughter to just,
Placeholders.
like, I don't know. What's wrong with that?
You're only really dealing with like 2 or 3 of the people that you're talking to. Everybody else, they're just
I've been guilty of that.
they're just around.
I can think back, I've been guilty of that, but it's because the guy was just very persistent. So it's like, okay, we can be friends. Okay.
Did they all serve a purpose?
I told them that I was not looking for anything serious. He still wanted to take me out. I made it very clear that I was not interested, and he still wanted to take me out. So that was his fault. If I'm bored on a Friday night and you offer to take me to Turkey Leg Hut, I'm going.
That's fine.
But I think men, when you
drop that
say,
off.
if
It
you
just
say
depends.
Taylor, if you say I'm not interested, I think to men, the fact that you're responding, I think most men think I heard what you said, but here's what you're giving me.
Right.
So that's probably why he continued to, chase.
It's the same thing girls do when the man say he not looking for nothing serious, but she continues on this ride, hoping she could change his mind. So it's the same thing. I feel like I disagree with the chase. I feel like chase is effort, which you should. Because if I have a daughter, I don't want her to feel like she should just sleep with him because he said he like her. I want there to be some sort of things that she see when she says, okay, if I am going to sleep with him, at least I know he's going to call me back. At least I know it's going to be some time again. It ain't just a hit it, whatever. And if that's the case, at least I know he put some effort in for X amount of time. So if he didn't, I got something out the deal. You know what I'm saying? So because we ain't gonna act like everybody's intention is pure just because they saying it. There's some action that has to happen. And just a night, some people get carried away that one night, vibing, whatever. And most people regret that shit. So nah.
See, Lucky, I gotta hold your feet to the fire real quick. When you say it's the difference between chase and effort, what is that difference? Are we talking about triple texting, quadruple texting? Like where's the line between me showing effort and me chasing? Where's the line where it's okay, this motherfucker doing too much?
I think that's why you leave something for later. You don't put everything, all your tricks on the first night, first date.
What?
Like you don't do that. You leave some for later. Like,
Facts.
you always like that person will always come back for more. Yes.
I think there should be a line because if I had a son, I wouldn't want him just pulling all the stops and this little girl over here running him crazy. No. So I think it should be something where reciprocity, because women have choosing signals. They show things as well. So we just date differently. The way a man is going to show effort is different than a woman. You know what I'm saying? So especially if you're just dating, you're not even anything yet. There is no obligation, really. There is no conversation. So therefore, yeah, I'm going to keep showing effort as long as you keep accepting my effort. Now,
sometimes it works. I had a guy I was mad at when I was dating. And he texted me like 32 times in one, like,
Why he gotta text you 32 times? See, that's
Yeah.
ignoring
that
him.
is thirsty.
I don't like that.
You don't have,
I don't like that.
him.
I
I
was
wouldn't like him.
ignoring him, and I was mad at him for a reason.
Oh, so y'all were talking and you was
Yeah.
mad at him and you ignoring him. Okay, that's different.
Yeah, and he texted me 32 times one time. And
Wait.
Because I've done that. Like there's
or,
times
or
that
like
somebody's
in
been
a
mad at me
in a
and I've sent
committed
mad.
situation.
No, not a committed. Not a
Oh,
committed.
hell
They
no.
were courting.
Oh wait, y'all wasn't together?
No, we weren't together.
They were dating, like in the first 90
That's
days,
a red
right?
flag. That's a red flag.
It was weird, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna answer his FaceTime, I guess, because I liked him.
You liked him and you let him text you 32 times.
Yes, because I was mad at him.
We can't win out here. Oh, I seen you emphatically disagreeing when they was talking about the whole chasing aspect. Like, what is your take on that, gang? Like the whole chasing. Is a man chasing a woman a healthy thing?
I think are we getting caught up? Are we just like using the wrong word? We're talking about the same thing, but we're saying chase versus pursue. Are we
Okay, so all right. So wait, let me
hunting?
switch the word.
Mm-hmm.
Is a man being persistent healthy?
Yes.
If he's interested and she's responding, yes.
Yes.
If she starts to do a B. Taylor and says, I don't like you, but I want to go to the turkey leg hut tonight, he needs to back off.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't. So
That's true.
they don't.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all to the receiver. As long as she cool with it, I would say nothing wrong being persistent. However, I still think there's a level to it. Like you still don't want to be doing too much. Like, yeah, I'm going above and beyond and really giving a lot of effort to let you know that I want to be here, but I shouldn't be doing just like exponentially more than you to where I'm not, to where I can't see the difference between us. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the line draws. Because we already know men give more effort in relationships anyway. So, no one want to, we can table that for a different day, but
facts.
That's a fact. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all don't really think about it. But when you sit down and take the time, especially when you have a good man, you be like, that's a solid man right there.
I have a question though for the man, because I know nobody in the panel, but in general, like what goes through your mind when a woman says, I'm not interested? Like, no, like I'm not interested, or like she left you unseen. Things like that she's leaving you unseen, she's ignoring your messages. Like that right there will tell me a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. And
then men continue to like, being persistent, that we call persistent, but in reality, that should say a lot,
Hey guys, we don't chase, we replace, bro.
That's facts.
And what?
That's what I say.
And I will respect that. I respect that, to be honest, because women, most of the time, when they notice that, oh, he's not texting me no more, then she's going to be like, what happened here? And then she's going to, like, some women do that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Scarcity is very important. Go ahead, Kayla.
No, what I was going to say was that it's a tactic. It's called the wear you down, right? So they stay persistent. They stay persistent. They stay on you. They stay doing it, especially if you sometimes give them a little bit, like you just give them a thank you, or, you sometimes respond.
You can't do that.
Okay, I can do the wear you down. So then they just keep going and going, and they just wait for a weak moment where no other niggas is paying you attention, or the nigga you really like's not paying you attention. And so you say, what the hell? Let me go out with this nigga, right? And they prey on emotions, and it's called the wear you down. It's a whole tactic.
But it doesn't work.
And it all that work. Time, yes, it does. They'll wait all that time. Get you that one time and they out of there. They just disappear. Poof.
10 plus years. Nothing.
Hey.
I've had guys chase me for years.
Lame.
Yeah.
A wise philosopher said, this is no disrespect to the women. Just a wise philosopher said, girls are like buses. Miss one, next 15, one is coming.
Yeah, right.
That's what they told us about men, though.
Kane is not a wise philosopher.
Wow.
I cannot believe.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect Sir Roger David on this panel like that. You understand me?
I think
but-
I just think when it comes to the persistence, it's like, again, what value do you hold? You see what I'm saying? For me to wait for you, what value did you present to make something click in my head to say she worth waiting for?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's for you to decide though, Ricky, as the hunter and as the lead, because it's, I believe he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So that's why I think the men does the discovering and the picking. I really do.
Right. But this were, again, like, because I firmly believe that men are responsible for relationships. You see what I mean? So that's when you as a man have to have discernment and know that's a good woman in front of you. Right. If not, you need to, hey, she for the streets. You gonna let her do her job. You see what I'm saying? It's just that simple.
And that's something that I always ask myself, like, why do you have to ask a woman what her value and what she brings to the relationship when you as a man should have seen that already in her? Like, you shouldn't be asking this question when you should have seen and noticed. That's why you want her to be your girlfriend. That's why you want her to be your wife. You should have seen these qualities in her already. That's why that question doesn't make sense to me, but I guess, you know.
Sometimes,
Yeah, I guess I get that. Like, you should
sometimes
see
what you
something. Why are
want-
you pursuing her if you don't see?
Well, because sometimes you could want what you want in a girlfriend could be totally different than what you would marry. Sometimes people just want a girlfriend that's just passing time while I'm looking for something serious. So everybody get used for different reasons.
I think that's utterly disrespectful. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
agree.
right? That's why,
Like,
I don't get casual dating. That's never been me. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand it. If you date, like, if you sitting up there, like, you don't date a girl you hit, right? We're not, there's no dating. It's exactly what Queen Sheba, hey, shorty, you look nice. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? What's happening with you? You see what I'm saying? And that comes from, you know.
Oh, okay. You're saying all y'all doing is smashing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because that's because
Okay.
but that's what when we talked about from the beginning is letting your intentions be known. You see what I'm saying? But if I'm dating you, that's what, and I think this is where the disconnect comes from. If I'm dating you with intent to be my wife. That means I'm spending time with you. I'm spending effort. I'm putting effort into you. You see what I'm saying? Aside, if you are, but you know that. You see what I'm saying? Like, girls try to play like they don't know, but y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know when it's the dude just hitting you off. You know what I'm saying? You can't reach him whenever it is Saturday or, you know, after before 8 p.m. or 12. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
I don't know.
Wait,
Sometimes they don't, though, Rick.
But some of these niggas are really good.
No, but some women, I mean, it'll
some
be
of them are really good.
We never leave your house or we never leave my spot. I may get you some
no,
food.
that's different.
I may be cordial and bring you like a 8-piece wing or something, but that's all you get. Like, it's nothing more, nothing less. You hungry? I'm on the way over to do my thing. I'm being generous, you know what I'm saying? Because you hungry, and that's it. When I'm done.
Generous.
Yeah, because I don't have to bring you no meal just because I'm about to bust in your guts.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not. I'm about to give you all the meat.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but I believe in the saying, and when like somebody touch your leg, you could be like, you got to take me out first. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's being the gentleman thing, but at the same time, a lot of times that's not even a requirement. Hey, I'm on the way. It's 12:30.
The bar is in hell.
It is. It is. It is.
You have made it that way. That's sad.
Yeah.
Who made it that
like,
way?
What?
Who made it that
Bring
way?
a chicken wing to your house?
Tell a lot, shame the devil now. Who made it that way?
I mean, it depends on what you bring, because some
who made it that way.
But I think that's the boundary, though. That's what you have to set as a woman. If that's what you want for him to take you out first before doing anything, that's you that have to decide that. Because we can say it, but then we're saying it and then we're allowing him to touch it.
No,
it's like, come on, but you want something else.
You know,
that's the difference.
Some women have, a lot of women actually nowadays have lowered the bar.
Oh yeah.
Like the dudes that come from, I feel like I carry myself a certain way where I don't get approached like where a guy's gonna test me like that. But there is a few that's like, hey, I just want to come over. I see I'm passing by where you live. Yeah, you ain't take me out on no dates.
How do you? Oh, they don't even know where I live at. I don't even play those kind of games.
Like, excuse me, why do you think that you are even allowed over here?
I don't even think men have to marry, to be honest, these days. I think women I don't know. I just feel like women have completely. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. I see, but
No, it's the
I don't know.
truth.
Like the game is so different. Like I don't think men have to do that much anymore. I really don't. I like. I have two examples. I watched Kayla's show. And that one dude named Mike, when he did his opening line behind the scenes, I forgot whatever y'all call it, and they're talking about themselves. One thing he said is, "I don't pursue women first." And everybody's wondering why he's a problem. Well, he said it in his introduction. I don't typically pursue women first. That was the first example. And I'm like, damn. But he wasn't the only man on the show that said that.
Multiple men said that.
Justice, I think that's his name, and a few others.
And
so I noticed a
Samson.
trend. And all of these women are like doing everything to get these men's attention, which is why I say I don't feel like men, all they have to do is sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. That's pretty much.
Yeah. I went on a double date before, and it was some girl that came over. I could tell she was young. And all they did was like take us out, have a few drinks. And I'm like, all right, like, and he's like telling me, like, yeah, he about to hit this girl tonight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. Like a few drinks and me having fun is not requiring you to just hit. And I've seen it. I've seen women just easily just like, oh, but they'll convince themselves that it's because I want it. It's because I wanted some dick. And, and I'm like, no.
I mean, maybe like 60, 70%. There is a batch of women that like want dick and they don't even care. But the majority of women know like that's not what they want to do. They're just going along.
I'm playing him because I just wanted sex. And it's like, you're busting it open for him. Like, like he's dominating you for the night. Like
the value doesn't weigh the same. That's what we've always said. Like the value is literally lopsided. And the fact that you allow somebody to enter you, I have to get permission from you. Men, you turn around, you can just have a man drop his drawers for you. That's just what it is. But for a woman, essentially you kind of got to work for it in some type of way. So if you get it, that's a skill. And some people have a skill, some people don't. So if you getting it often, that's why it's so praised. But
men don't turn it down, OT. Yeah. Like I said earlier, if you have a girl like there's two baddies, one of them come over here and sit in your lap, the other one is across the room. You really about to be like, yo, ma'am, get up to go across the room and do all that work to break down that wall and get her. You know what I mean? You're not about to do that. You're gonna sit right there with that baddie right on your lap and say, hey, well, this is it for the night. I'll do this.
Yep.
When women make it harder for other women to make men work for it because they make it so easy.
I disagree.
But women have to work for men. It depends on the type of man. Like a man ain't just going, even if he wants to cheat, like if he's a man that is selective with the type of women he smashed, you can't just come. Now, if you look like the type of woman he smashed, then yeah. But I think there's a misconception thinking that all men just smash. It's a certain type of man where he feel like, okay, I might not get some OP, right? I don't know when it's going to be the next time. Then you have a one where it's literally just something they can open their phone and get. So therefore, it's kind of like they're only going to smash. I think women have to work for it.
Yeah. I feel like women can get dick before they can get a sandwich.
Only with certain men, though. There's only certain men that are like that.
I do. They can't get quality D.
Well, ask a man, you want to have sex? And then ask him, will you buy me a sandwich? He's going to hesitate on the sandwich.
Nah, I'm going to get both.
That's facts.
You can get dick before you can get a sandwich. I'm being facetious, but I'm just
not
saying.
Hard to get. No, they're giving that out on every corner.
Right, but he doesn't want to treat you and court you. And I'm using sandwich by way of courting in the dating process.
And don't let him have money. Don't let him have money and status, because I'm not gonna name drop, but I went to a few NFL parties, and the women, I was very shocked my first time going. The women are very
Yes. You shouldn't be shocked. You shouldn't be shocked.
I was so shocked. And you know what's funny? Like the friends that I was with, I was even surprised they were acting the way they were acting. And I was like, y'all doing too much. Like, doing too much. And I'm not gonna lie, like some of the players were trying to get at me because I was impressed about them. But the
Facts, B. Taylor. That actually makes you stand out because I've been in the same situation. Someone that I dated that is very famous, actually, and they will remain unnamed. But I was like at a party at his house, and all the girls was in his face. I literally was paying him no mind. I actually acted like, well, I actually didn't know his music. I was like, I don't know your music. Like, he's like, this is my song. I'm like, oh, like, I don't.
That's what they like. They like that. And then
and that, like, he was in my face the whole night because I was just like, okay, like,
you're not pressed about him. While the other girls are bending over, shaking their ass, doing the most, twerking. Like, oh my God, my friends started like twerking out of nowhere. And the dude, I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to be with you. Like, what are you doing? Like, they were just doing the most. And like the dudes be like laughing at that because they know, like, okay, that's an easy hit.
That's a freedom of expression, remember?
No.
She's working for her. It's not for him. It's her sense of, express. She wants to
exercise. It's exercise.
You know, she's just having a good time.
No, the women were doing the most, and I was.
Sometimes it's the music. You just start feeling it.
There's nothing wrong with like dancing and twerking. They were like twerking and then look behind to see if the NFL players.
Oh no! Oh baby, no!
Like it was like that.
I feel like that gives him the impression that you would do that for anybody that got the bag or that has status. And I don't think he's gonna wife you if he feels that way about you. He's just gonna kind of run through you. But then it's a fine line because once he does notice you, like you do have to put in more effort. You have to put in more effort in that beginning stage than you would have to with a regular guy. I promise you that. And I didn't know that. I was just doing things regular. Like you got to put in a lot more work than the next girl because these girls are persistent.
Yeah.
Good callback. Good callback to the persistence.
I just wanted to say before we go, I keep trying to tell y'all just repeating what we talked about 5 episodes ago and shit. We know the game better than y'all. I keep trying to tell y'all, bro.
We know it. We just act like we don't.
I know. I know.
All right, real quick, man.
Which is even worse.
Right. That's another conversation for another day. Real quick, man. Let's pay some bills, man. Salute to all the Crusaders in the building, man. Crusader Nation is turning up. If y'all ain't like the stream, man, make sure that y'all like the stream, man. We appreciate everybody for coming through the night. Showing us love as always. I'm seeing leaves all through the chat. Y'all know how that, lifts my spirits. I just love seeing leaves all through the chat, man. Y'all repping for the game. But real quick, first and foremost, man, salute to Vin Saint Simonis. I'm gonna get it right one day. With the 10P says there's no benefits to a man marrying in the U.S. as it would never be lifelong. If a man want to experience a true essence of a woman, Brazil and Colombia is a great starting point.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.
They'll run his behind up out of there. But go ahead.
Y'all think y'all with y'all little passports, the men over there is gonna check y'all for coming over there trying to take their women.
Can I say? I always say it. They are just traveling and doing the same thing to women. They're not even marrying them. Like they see women, they see that they're good, and they still don't get married to them.
Exactly.
No, I don't know. Not even one person. I have friends. Remember what I do for a living, so I am around tourists. And someone yesterday, 2 days ago, asked me, "Do tourists behave here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean they behave? Like, do they try to cross a line?" I mean, not with me. I mean, I can say they behave, but I kind of put the boundaries. I'm very professional because that's my job. But in general, if I can say, I don't hear like tourists doing a lot. But he said in Colombia, because he's from Colombia, he said tourists have a bad reputation. Like they go do drugs, deal with the prostitutes and all that. So it's, because that prostitution is legal over there. So I started thinking like, okay, I see what's happening. And I hear all the time that they're talking about these countries, but I don't know, not even one person of the ones saying travel, whatever, get a passport, they're not married. And you can ask, you've seen good women. You're saying that you've seen good women, but it requires for you to travel somewhere else for you to notice good qualities in women, but you're still not marrying them.
Do their women even want them? Like, or they're messing with the prostitutes and saying
I don't know. I cannot say that.
They mess with the prostitutes. I used to be an international flight attendant for 12 years.
Sure do.
Flew overseas, would watch Mary pilots and everybody else. They mess with the prostitutes.
So that's
But
threatening.
it's a whole system. No, the hotel sets it up. They have condoms. It's a very sophisticated system in foreign countries.
So
but they mess with prostitutes.
The passport bros, that's who they're threatening us. They're gonna leave us for some prostitutes in a third world country.
But it's such a small percentage.
I just want to say this, man, that the passport bros right now are shaking in anger with what y'all saying right now. You know what I'm saying?
I am saying it, and I am even saying it. I'm not even in the US. I have never been in the US. So I am actually making a point where I've seen the guys asking me, my job is to refer them to places where to go. Like I give them options. Hey, you can go visit this place, whatever, whatever. So the first question they ask is nightclubs. What are the clubs, the bars, where to get girls? Those are the men. Those are the questions I'm gonna have from them. Actually, I hate this question. Do you have any girlfriends? I hate that question. I hate it with all my heart. I look at them like, I don't. They're married.
And you can't go overseas anyway and come back through customs if you have a warrant or owe child support. Am I right?
Oh, come on.
That's a fact.
Yeah, for real.
You will get held up at customs if you have a warrant or suspended passport.
Look like the superhero to a lot of these women overseas, and they're bringing back prostitutes. That's why.
No, there's a hero complex because anyone that's foreign, it's just a different dynamic when someone's foreign, and it just attracts.
And then bring her here to America so she can see how much you.
No. Oh, okay. So.
Of a loser,
Taylor, that's my point. That's my point. They are not taking no one anywhere. They are saying they are taking advantage. They are seeing the qualities. They're seeing the these women, what they're doing is just being friendly, treating them the way they would treat their parents, their brother. Yet it's in us like that. I'm gonna say it. We are like that. And I'm gonna do it with girls, with men, with grandpas, with anyone. We are very welcoming people. That's the way we are. But they confuse that with, and then they are just taking advantage because at the end of the day, they are not marrying these women. That's my point.
I'm loving this conversation.
All right, real quick, man. We're gonna get back to the Palace with the 2-piece. Says, shout out to y'all. I'm watching any part Ricky is on. That's a fact, man. Salute to bro. Make sure y'all tap in, man. He's gonna be live on Friday again, talking that talk on Lapeef. Make sure y'all tapped in. It's a 90s vibe with the 20-piece. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate the love. Bro say, congrats on the 108K crew. Loving the combo tonight. It's a nice panel. I'm taking mental notes. That's a fact. I'm enjoying the combo too, man. For sure, man. But we appreciate you, big dog.
Hey, Meg in here too.
A word. Salute to International Meg. Yeah, Rob with the 5-piece says there's a big difference between chase and pursue. Men should pursue but never chase. Chasing something means it's running away. Never chase. That is a fact. I agree with that 100%. Gerald Fontenot in the building with the 5-piece. Do the back-to-back friend zones. I only keep going if a woman shows a little reciprocation. If she stops responding, then I'll stop too. As you should. Yes. As you should. Straight up. Booker Ronan in the building with the 20-piece. We appreciate you, gang. I already know what time it is. You say keep grinding, Cool Season. Appreciate the consistency and solid conversations. We appreciate you, bro, always. That's family right there. Gerald Fontenot with the 2-piece. Many women chase the man who look like money. Facts. That is a fact. That's why a lot of these broke promoters done ran through a lot of the chicks that y'all are aspiring to be with. And this nigga don't even got his own place, don't even got his own car. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm not here to dirty Mac.
A lot of them promoters don't have no car. How do you do this job?
They get rides, man. They look here. That's another conversation for another day. I don't want to dirty back. However they get into the ass, salute to them if it's working, gang. I ain't mad at it. Who we got? Chill DeAndre in the building, just donating, showing love. I appreciate you, gang. For sure. Miss Brianna with the 20-piece. We appreciate you. She say, just cause. Love Crew Season, man. We love you too. We appreciate it, man. You're always in the chat showing love, man. Devoted 7 Gaming with the 20 piece. I'm showing love, man. Leaves, shout out to Ms. Lucky in the building. Let me see where we at. Lee Lacey in the building with the 5 piece. We need a crew season live show. I love it here. Shout out to the panel. I agree. And that is coming very, 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 very soon, man. Me and the boys was just talking about that a couple days ago. So be prepared. That's coming very soon. Nat P lays Nat P lays the fight with the 2 piece. We appreciate you, bro, for donating for sure. Dub Will in the building with the 5 piece. We appreciate you, gang. That right there is family as well, man. Appreciate you. Always showing love. All right. Let's get to the next question, man. Is there a such thing as giving too much too soon?
Yes.
Where's the line?
I'm gonna let somebody else go.
I'll kick it off. I think with the line, it has to come. Well, before I say where's the line, there needs to be a level of understanding of why the men give too soon and why the women. The men do what they do because the end goal is the box, sex. And that's probably the only time you'll hear me agree with Mr. Logic. Okay. So he's right about that. Women respond and give too much too soon sex because she wants the relationship. So the man wants the sex, the woman wants the relationship. Both parties are completely off balance. So that's my response to that.
So that's why you have to kind of like think about what you want as a woman. Like, do you want a relationship? Then act like you want a relationship. Nothing guarantees though. Nothing guarantees that you're gonna get it. But your boundary should be there and should be expressed and be on the table.
That's facts, but we live in a culture where people want somebody so bad, and people jump into situations based off vibes before they even really get to know people. Because when you get a certain level of validation from someone, it makes things move like very quickly. It makes things move faster than I guess it would normally when everybody's still playing chess. And so I just think that I think you should take your time if you're looking for something serious, because oh my God, being on Ready to Love has really shown me that that is the typical, that's why people are single. Like they meet someone and like, oh my God, he's so great. We're gonna have babies. And then he meets, and then the girls are doing all these things they don't really do, to get him. And then they get into the actual relationship and it's just like, who are you? What is going on here? I don't even understand. And then you do this cycle over and over and over and over, being insane. And it's no good. And that breaks you down and breaks you down and breaks you down, and you can't trust people no more. You don't want to give no more, and it just makes it harder. So it sucks.
I'll say that if you're doing it just to, like, a lot of women are faking the femininity thing and like the soft girl era, and it's not naturally them, so they're faking it to get the man, right? And then at the end of the day, they're feeling depleted or like upset because the man played them. But it's like, if you were actually that woman, you wouldn't feel played. You wouldn't feel like, oh, he played me. I did this. I'm never doing this for a man again. It's like, if you're genuinely being yourself and you're a feminine woman by nature and you're not faking it and you actually do cater to people and you're not a people pleaser, but you just cater to people because that's just who you are as a person. When that man plays you, you're not going to feel no type of way because you're going to say, okay, he didn't appreciate me. I'm going to go somewhere else where I'm appreciated. And I've been guilty of this myself. When I was younger, I was dating a guy. I felt like I was doing all these things to stand out and to be the girl and comparing myself to his ex. Like, I bet she didn't do this. And I bet she didn't, I'm going to cook this like this. And I bet he ain't never had this. And I'm going to go and grocery shop for him and do all these things for him and clean up and do all these things, right? Still got cheated on. I felt some type of way because I was like, what? I did all this stuff for him and he just did this to me, when really it was my fault because I was faking it to try to get something. I wasn't genuine and being myself. So that's where a lot of women go wrong with a lot of these movements, because they're not really being themselves. They're doing something to get something out of it. And that's why when you get in a relationship, you can only keep that act up for so long until you're triggered, and then a whole nother person come out and he's like, wait, what happened to this soft-spoken woman? She's cursing me out. Because
90 days.
That's real. That's real, B. Taylor.
True. Yep, I agree with that.
That's a fact. Ricky, what you think about this, bro? You think that, is there such thing as giving too much too soon?
Man, I think it's I think on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy Shannon. Like men can give too much of their resources, and women can get too much of their attention. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. But like I said, I don't think it's given to, but if I want to take it personal, and again, if we dating intently, right? And this is the thing we in. I mean, 100% of you is you, right? Right? The person you are, the person I see is who you are, right? Right?
Hopefully.
Right? Or you Clark Kent, right? You once we get to a certain point, you pull off the cape, right? You pull up, nah, bro, that's what I'm saying, right? Be who you are. Be who you are. So if you're a traditional woman, that way hey, this is what traditional man, traditional woman. Hey, this is what I do. I cook, I clean. Okay, so that's cool. Like, I'm just doing it because we together. I'm doing it for you because we together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that way, it's not, oh, I'm going out of my way to do something. It's what I do. And it's same for the men, right? Like, the stuff you provide for your woman should be the stuff you do for yourself anyway. It's just that you do it under the coverings for both of y'all. That's all it is. Right? I paid my own rent and mortgage before I got married. Right? I took care of bills before I got married. Right? So that's what I'm saying. You need to set the correct expectations. But like I said, a lot of y'all are liars, men and women. Y'all don't even know who the fuck y'all are. So I guess this is a moot point I'm making.
That's facts.
I agree. Miss Lucky, do you feel like it's such thing as doing too much too soon?
I'm conflicted only because I think that doing too much to one person could just be regular to you. I think it depends on who you're dating, because if you're with the person that appreciates it, he might feel like, thank God I got somebody who understands. You know what I'm saying? To somebody else, it might seem like, dang, she doing a lot for me, and that could be your regular. So I think it depends. I think sometimes when you go into situations and you feel like the last time I did these things, it failed. So then you start dating with cautious, with really, you could be doing this new person a disservice where they feel like, dang, like now I got to pay for that person to stay, that popular saying. So I'm conflicted. I think you should approach with caution. You know what I'm saying? Take things a little bit. So I guess that would mean that you're not doing too much too soon. But if you know you're a giver, if you know that this is how you show your affection, you might want to hold off to see if this person is going to be receptive of it or know how to appreciate it, because then you might feel like you're doing too much, and because this person can't keep up with how you love, how you show attention and all those things. So I don't know, because just me personally, I could be considered, I've been told in these spaces on how I approach, I do too much. I don't think so, because to me, it's not too much. It's just how I show I like you. If you have a problem with it, or I realize it's not reciprocated, I like for you to feel like when I snatch it back, like, dang, she was doing all this. So that's just me though. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. If you can control it, don't put yourself out there if you can't control it. So if you're the type of woman that don't just cook all the time, then don't start doing that. But if that's something you do regardless, and you're dating this man and you like, hey, you want to come over for dinner, that's not doing too much. That's what you're used to doing. Now, if you're putting on something, then you're going to feel like I'm doing too much, which you are, because that ain't you. So I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Yeah, and that's what happened to me. I told you guys, when I always cook, and I was cooking for this person. He's like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. He literally said it, that I wasn't doing anything because it was just normal for me to cook for everybody, my dad, my brothers. So he didn't appreciate what I was doing. So if that's one of my qualities, and qualities that some people look for, what else can I do? So yep.
Hey,
it's a little bit difficult for a woman like me, because I'm really a reflector. Like, based on the environment that I'm around and based on what I'm given, that's kind of how I respond. So like when I'm home with my family, go home to Atlanta, I just feel more, I want to cook. I want to do stuff. I want to plan stuff. When I'm at home alone, I may just be eating out. You know, I don't know. Like when I get in a relationship, there's just things I want to just start doing more. But when I'm single, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Certain environments motivate and just make me feel like, you know, like, I don't know. I guess it's similar to being in this, I got maybe a holiday spirit. I don't know. But like when I feel around, it makes me feel like, oh, I want to do these things. I'm excited to do it. This is happening. So it's not like I'm always in a situation where you're faking it if you start doing it more. But sometimes just having a person that you love and care about, you just want to do. I just want to do more stuff now than I did before when you weren't here. You know what I mean? I'm not faking it. I
got you.
You know, when I'm single, I don't have anyone else to pay attention to. So I just be grinding and I out and I just, you know, maximize my time. But like when I'm with someone, I'm different. So I don't know. It's different for me personally.
Hey, just real quick, man. Salute to Shannon in the building, man. 50 piece. They came through. Always showing love, man. So it's a great show, fellas. Love y'all. Just putting a few chicken bones in the Todd's bucket. I gotta run. Keep up the good work, and I'll catch y'all later. We appreciate you, G. Love you too. Be safe out there. But go ahead, Ricky. I mean, I just had to shout bro out.
No, you're all right, bro. Shout out to Shannon, my guy. I just wanted to say to what Sayada said, like, bro, the little things mean everything. Like the little things mean everything. That's what I told my son this. I told my, like, in a relationship, you know how the relationship is where you need to be when the big things become small and the small things become big.
Like, I agree with Lucky. Now that I think about it, I was doing stuff with my husband, who's my boyfriend then, that I've never done. We were putting up Christmas trees and shit together, dating. I was like, damn, I've never put up a Christmas tree with a man. And, you know, just stuff like, I think he was showing up differently. I was showing up differently. So I agree with you. You know, when it's natural, when it's organic, it's authentic. It's not too much. It's just right.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that the line, in terms of doing too much, is where the reciprocity is with me. Simple and plain. I feel like that's where the line is. Sure, I can, you know, that there are levels to me, right? I feel like if I'm getting reciprocated to, then I go all out. It's nothing you can't have if I like you and I really see us going somewhere in a very serious fashion, right? But if I'm not getting that, then you're gonna get 30% of me or 40% or whatever the case may be. It just depends on what the circumstance brings. So in terms of giving too much too soon, we see that happen all the time because people are under the delusion that you can like great boyfriend or great girlfriend somebody into, you know, valuing you the same way that you value them. And I feel like that's where it goes wrong at. I think you got to be a better judge of character in terms of like how much does this person really value me, right? And be honest with yourself. I know it's hard because you like really like that person and whatever the case may be, and they show flashes of okay, this could be something. You know what I'm saying? Show flashes here, there, and a lot of people just hang on to those flashes for dear life. Nah, you got to analyze like what are they doing consistently. Like,
but
if
how
we
would
done,
she know you're 30%, Trill? If somebody's new to you,
Mhm.
they don't really know you, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know the difference. How would she know the difference between your 30 versus your 100?
She wouldn't until again, like I said, that I see that it's, you know, there's reciprocity being given, right? So I think just let's start from the beginning. Let's say that I met a woman, right, and I was interested in her. I'm the type I'm gonna you know, spark a conversation, whatever that may be, and I'm by the end of that conversation, it's gonna be clear that I like you. It's gonna be clear that I value you, right? So in terms of like how I'm analyzing it is the type of rhythm that I'm getting back. I think like people, and if they be real with themselves and take off those rose-colored glasses, you can tell whether or not, okay, she feeling me the same way I'm feeling her, or she's not, right? So I think at that point, if I gauge that she's feeling me the same way that I'm feeling her, then I'm you know, again, we gonna keep growing this thing from an organic place, right? But if I'm showing you that I'm interested and you're not giving me no rhythm in return, that's where it's going to stay. So even if we talk down the line, I'm not going to be like over, you know, accommodating and shit. Oh, you want to kick it Friday? Well, I got to check my schedule. I got to see. compared to, like I said, if we kicking it and I feel his rhythm, then I move some shit around so we can kick it on Friday. But again, it's all about the rhythm that I'm getting back. It's all about the reciprocity, because a lot of women like to play hard to get unnecessarily, and they may really like the guy, right? And he's showing that he likes her, but just because she's been programmed or told or given bad advice by whichever older woman that done schooled her, she feel like, okay, I'm gonna just play hard to get anyway, right? So when you do that, now you throwing my gauge off, right? So you playing hard to get, I'm showing you that I'm interested, I'm telling you that I'm interested, and you kind of being evasive. Okay, cool. Then that's the program we on, right? So when you have that change of heart and you want to come all the way out, you know what, I really do like you, and blah 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 blah. At that point, like I said, I'm in game mode. So if we playing games, then I done pulled my jersey out the rafters and tucked it in and threw the powder toss in the air like Braun. If that's what we gonna do. But if we gonna just keep it real and keep it organic, and you like me, I like you, we gonna grow what we gonna grow, then you'll see more and more and more of me. But if you're trying to be evasive, or you trying to play games, then you're gonna see a piece of me whenever it's convenient for me. So I feel like that's the difference. But again, I don't mean to go on rants and things of that nature. But I know it's people
Go
listening.
ahead,
Man, I'm
Yang,
like
do your
real big
thing.
on that.
So, like,
Hey.
what he telling y'all to make it simple, right?
I
is
love Yang. That's my nigga. So whatever.
We were listening like we're in court. Like,
Right.
I was listening.
the measurement is time.
Mm.
Time. Right?
Okay, so
Will tell.
let's not say for men, like, say if you were dating a guy and he started off buying you very expensive things, but then he was only doing that to get you, and then now he got you, and you're like, where is this? Like, what do you say to those men? Because a lot of men do that. They take you out on these fancy dates, and knowing that they can't probably keep up with that lifestyle. What would you say? Because we talk about the women playing their part. What about the men? That's because a lot of men do that. They fake it until they got the woman, and then be wondering why she, not.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I have a very good friend of mine. We used to be co-workers, and I noticed that on him that he used to date girls and take them on expensive, dates and treat them like not me, like the girls, but I will see him doing that, and I was like, why do you do that? You don't know them. And what I noticed is like I known him for like about 10 years, and I have only seen him with one girl as a girlfriend, one in 10 years. So not too long ago, like we spoke, and I was like, but why do you have to do this so much effort for these women? You don't know them. Like, stop doing that. And like just that piece of advice to that man probably change his mindset or whatever. He said, you know what, let me try something different. And the worst part is like he's showing off what he has, and that's what they're looking like, just seeing him for what he have and not who he is. I know he's a great person. He's a great friend. He's we can talk about business. We can talk about, how everything's going in life. Like whenever he has a problem, we can do those things. But these women are not seeing that, and I told him, stop doing that. Don't show it up. Like don't make yourself like, don't put yourself like that out there. And then not too long ago, he actually had a date, and this girl like actually continued to be with him, and I started seeing him more often with this girl, and I'm like, yes, I told you, you see. And now he's like, you were right.
So I just
notice that in men that actually give gift, like they don't have girlfriends like for too long.
Well, they lead with their wallet, and I think that's a dangerous thing for men, because you're setting yourself up for failure when you lead with your wallet, because you'll end up having a woman fall in love with the lifestyle that you are giving her, and she thinks she's falling in love with who you are, but you really can't keep that up. That's really not who you are. So she's falling in love with how you're making her feel, but she's not really falling in love with you per se. So I definitely don't agree with men leading with their wallet. I feel like a lot of men, especially on social media, like try to fake like they got it together. Everybody's like faking it like until they make it, and then wonder why they're single and miserable, and the relationships keep blowing up in their faces because they're faking something that they're not really living.
Yeah, I think men gonna move in terms of what's gonna get us the results. The fact is, the shallow shit like that gets us the results. That's just what it is. We was talking back before the live started, and everybody admitted as much. You know, again, the women on this panel, and you know, it's another 6 women on Earth that like really have substance and really have value in terms of like what it is that they're willing to go all out for. But most women, they going all out for what's shiny. So whatever what's popular, what's highly desired, right? Doesn't matter what his moral code is. Doesn't matter what his integrity is. It matters that women that I look up to or women that I would, want to be cool with or whatever the case may be are interested in them. So now I'm interested in them. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. The world is full of sheep. You know what I'm saying? It's only about 3 or 4% of people on earth that make decisions for themselves, right? So that answers that question. Why would a man do that? Because it's successful. It's worked in the past.
Not for the long run, though. It's never for. If you look at all the high, powerful men that lead with their money and throw money on women, they're all bachelors and they're like 50, going on up, and they're single, and it's like, is that the life that you really want to live for the long
But
run?
see, but see, real quick though, you're right. But that's the intention.
Right.
With a man that's leading with something like that.
Mhm.
I'm not looking for long term. I pulled this Benz to the front of camp to get all the hoes that's out here standing in line. I don't care. I'm trying to hit something tonight. I don't care nothing about long term because again, we know, which I say it all the time, men approach different women different ways.
That is true.
Right. So when we run into a woman that we know is substance there, we not approaching her with material shit because we know more times than not that means nothing to her.
It ain't gonna even work.
You know what I mean?
Say that a lot of those men pass up a lot of good women because they're going after the ones that are going to submit to get the hit it and quit it lifestyle, easy to get.
Facts.
So a lot
That's
of
what they want. I think in that moment, they're not looking to settle down. They're looking to have a good time.
So I'm saying
Right.
a lot of good women will see a man like that of his stature and say, well, dang, why he passing me up? I thought I was a good woman. Why would he pass me up for the hoes? And
Why
then, wait, hold on. But then you got a lot of young girls who are easily, oh, well, they're winning because they're the ones that's getting chose. There's the one that's getting picked up and treated and going on the dates, and I'm by myself. So I might as well do what the hoes are doing.
Why though?
The hoes not getting
Yeah, but
treated
they
like
don't
you would
know
get
what those
treated, though.
women really go through. Like,
Those will never share what they go through.
you think you
and
want a
dump.
baller, you think you want an NBA player, baby.
Pump and dump.
But
Pump
you
and
don't see
dump.
The
those. You
shit
don't
that they
see
put
those
you through is so toxic. Oh my God.
Hoes are hoes because they have to be hoes.
They don't glamorize it. They glamorize
Not
that.
even hoes, even the girlfriends, even the wives, just that lifestyle. These men are always gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do.
If you guys are not looking, it's glamorized. Look at Ari the Don, the one that
Baby mama culture.
yeah, and then you see
Who made the whole popular?
he's a baby mama.
Men.
The niggas.
He's got
The men that wife them and pass them around and buy him Birkins and buy him APs, even though they've been with like 3 of their friends. They still get with them and buy him APs and put them on private jets and shit.
No.
Yeah, and
It's the men. They share these hoes. They buy these hoes all this types of stuff. They uplift them. They get them new cars. They rap about them in their songs.
Yeah.
You talking about strippers. Men rap about strippers.
They told you that, OT?
It's not just
talking about lyrics and what they
It's
rapping
the
about.
baby. It's the baby mamas and the women in the
no.
entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Entertainment. It's not regular
But that's
dudes. Regular
entertainment
dudes
is very
is not looking.
in our community. It's very influential, and we don't address.
And y'all following suit.
Exactly.
And y'all following suit, thinking that men want hoes.
But even in not entertainment, I live in Miami, and when I'm out and I see the dudes that genuinely, not genuinely, because it can be fake, but that I can tell, because I can tell when somebody got money or not. I can tell when you just fronting or you not. And the ones that have money have women that look like that. I don't know if they're hoes or not. I don't know if they're baby mamas or not, but they look like Ari the Don. They look like, Meg the Stallion. They look like that.
Yeah.
There's very few of them where they're girls there are a few of them where the girls look like are thin and look like, Lori and look like, those kind of girls, like more thinner, like fit. But for the most part, they have
Go
these
ahead,
girls
Rick.
with these huge asses, huge
Okay,
titties,
then
and
wait.
small waists.
I think men do like I do think men like sexual women. I think if you say you don't, you're lying. Men, you're not in a church house on Sundays looking for women.
That's
And
not,
he didn't want to
Come on
Yeah.
now.
about the
We
long.
were told to look over there.
No.
Them hoes still smelling like onyx.
yeah.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ricky. Go ahead.
Okay, so P gang, right? I need y'all to listen.
Did you hear what I said?
So Sayeda just said, now tell me if I caught this on my off trail, please. Ladies, you too. Sayeda just said she knows a nice guy, but the way he had to get women was what? To put that money in front. Right? Don't do that. Don't do that. You're a great guy. Right? But then we get over to where B. Taylor just said, right? Don't you think those guys that have the money, don't you think they're missing good girls? Right? But the good girls want to do with the money too, right?
They want to be treated right.
All the girls.
All the
Hypergamy is
not
for
just-
everybody.
The good girls are. Wait, hold on, because Ricky, you said that, but I also just said.
No,
that
you said it. You said it. You said it. I just repeated it. You said it.
the guy that's picking up all the hoes, the good girl's gonna say, "Damn, he's passing me up for the hoes." And we gotta be transparent here. We're missing the mark if we do not acknowledge that the entertainment world is very, very influencing on our youth. Very influential on our youth. If
We're allowing it though.
accepting that, then we're missing the entire mark.
We're allowing it.
We living in our own bubble and say, well, it don't affect me, but it affects a lot of you. You know how many young girls look up to Krishan Rock, look up to Ari Dawn, and all those Instagram girls? They look up to them. That's why they're going out getting these BBLs, because they see that they're winning, they're opening businesses, they get showed, they're getting flown out, they're making money, and they're calling us girls, the good girls, broke, because we're trying to do it the right way and we getting passed up for the art.
Girl, don't get me started on how many times
Hey, but
I've been around girls and they be like, girl, I'm telling you, you can make this money. And I'm just like, I cannot do it. And then, there are times I would be jealous because they would be like, oh, they got a Benz truck. They have like all this shit. And I'm over here working in corporate America, just trying to get a raise.
Oh, what kind of shoes you got on? Oh, what kind of bag? Oh, you ain't got no Dubai.
Oh, you don't got no Chanel? Like, no, I only have one of those.
Hey, B, right. B. Oh,
I'm listening. I'm listening to all of it.
She just said the hoes is calling them broke, but we got y'all calling us broke and other niggas calling us broke.
Yeah, that's correct.
Y'all broke. Those girls are calling us broke and y'all broke.
Right. So
compared to them, we are bum bitches.
Hold on,
but the way that you should
get in there.
But what you're supposed to think is like that's easy money for them.
Let my boy Ricky cook.
Right. So again, I'm gonna refer back to B. Taylor with the good girls with the money. Again, when did money dictate you being treated right? No, this is no attack. This is no attack. It's a question I'm asking everybody, right? When did that guy that the good girls are saying the dude with the money is passing me up for the hoes for, right?
Classism. That's called classism. That's in America, just in general.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not questioning that. Let's not move the goalpost. Stay here in your seat. Okay, let's not move it, right? So the good girls, the bad girl got the dude with the money, but the good girls is looking at the bad dude saying he got the money, he treat them good. It's the money, it's the money.
We didn't say bad dude, we said rich man.
No, whatever, right? But again, if it's rich man, again, I'm asking you the question: where does him having money dictate you being treated well?
I think the money is symbolic of experiences.
Hold on, give me a second. I apologize. I pause. I apologize. Right. So, if money dictates you being treated well, right? So, and you ask the question, well, dudes putting money up front and can't sustain it. That's what you said, correct? So then you get into a relationship and you like, oh, he can't do the nice stuff. He can't buy the stuff that he was at the beginning. And y'all keep wondering why dudes put money in front of everything.
But we're not talking about those dudes because there's two different type of men. There's men who actually got the money and there's men who act like they got the money.
Okay. Did you have any other questions? Because now you know why the dudes that act like they got the money do what they do, correct?
all to do with classism. That's not even like a woman and man thing. That's all about classism. People who have money get treated better. They have better health care. They are first in line to get the vaccines or whatever. They're first in line to get whatever first over people who are poor. And women are all about survival. We think about our kids and we don't want to be struggling. So we're going to go for the top tier men because we think about our offsprings, and we can't look our children in the face and say, you know what? Mommy can't take care of you and your medicine because daddy's poor, or I'm poor and I got to go out and I can't support you. So women, naturally, we want to go for the top earner because we want to get out of poverty.
So you want to go after that one man that has 100 women all over him. You see it. They tugging at him, pulling at him, trying to get his attention. But you wondering why is he not looking my way?
Okay.
A lot of
women. So, but I think I'm sorry. I think I'm understanding Ricky on this. It's like I gave the example of this guy, and the girls are going now on dates, and they are accepting the presents that he's given, but they're not accepting the relationship that he's wanting to have. Like they're just around for the gift, for the dates, for the expensive presents for a little bit, but they're not accepting who he is because he is not so good looking for that. That's something I didn't mention because I don't care about those things.
But
wait,
that's very important.
Hold on.
That's very important though to the women.
Wait, run it back. What did you?
Women think about our offsprings. If we don't find you attractive, if we have an offspring by you and it looked like you, then that child gonna look unattractive.
Or if you small. No offense, bro. I just gotta procreate with someone athletic. It's no
that's how lions
it's
are.
Not personal.
Yeah, they go for the strongest. That's how it is in the nature. Like the female lions, right? Queen Sheba, you know a lot about the lions. They go for the strongest male.
And I respect
that. So I can have strong male offspring.
Right.
So he can have multiple
offsprings for survival. And we know in society, classism is a big thing and pretty privilege is a big thing, men and women. And so we feel like you look like Shrek. We're not going to have your Shrek kids because we don't want them having a hard time in society. Now, if you look like Shrek and you got a lot of money, it don't matter how ugly you look because you provide money.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So even the love for your kids is conditional based on how the kids look?
I don't care how cute, how much you love your kids.
Because I would love my kids regardless. I could be. I've seen kids.
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No.
Once you birth them, you're gonna love anything you birth. You're gonna love anything you birth.
I have seen kids that are very beautiful when they're little, and when they grow up, they're like no, and then vice versa too.
You can live in that fairy tale world, but at the end of the day, there's people out there that call people kids ugly.
All right, real quick.
It takes some baby's time. That's a bad parent and bad education behind that kid that's calling others and bullying others.
Sometimes it takes some babies time to grow into their frame, and that.
Kayla gotta relax. Look, you gotta relax. You about to get this podcast canceled up for talking like that.
Head, so it took me time to grow into my looks.
All right, real quick. Lucky had a question. Go ahead, Lucky.
Yeah, before I forget, I wanted to ask B. Taylor, but I see most women agree. I agree with you that girls could be looking at those women that are getting smashed, right? But do you think that's the man's fault that women are looking at them being smashed as the winner and not looking at them that they're not being married? Because I used to say the same thing, like, oh, that's why girls are getting BBLs because men like it. But then the confusion comes into we think they're winning because they're just getting smashed. If you look at who they actually want to be with, it looks different. So do you think that that's on the parent to tell that kid, or is it the men's fault for sending the signal that we like these women to smash and women just want to be smashed? They don't want to be wife.
But smashing is it's different. It's not like the average girls that are getting smashed and passed around. These girls are like getting bags, shoes.
No, but I'm saying the wife is
That's the
getting
goal.
back.
Wait, hold on. They're getting more benefits than some wives are getting. They're getting bags, clothes, shoes, finances of their businesses, and everything, labeled
But
records.
you talking about a
Girl,
small
I don't know about that.
No,
Being
but
a
I'm
small percentage of
beneficiary
women, though.
is way more valuable than that. Being a beneficiary on property, on insurance policies is way
But if
more
your man ain't got
beneficial
nothing,
on some
then
annuities.
yeah,
I
but if your
mean,
man ain't got
being
nothing,
the wife, you always
No,
winning. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
trying
about.
to ask whose responsibility is that? Because we can see that that's the problem. But if you're saying younger women are looking at them like they're winning, why does the bag equal winning, but not
well,
legacy?
a lot of young.
What was the second part of the question? Why does the bag equal winning?
Why does the materialistic thing? Why do we think that materials mean that we're winning and not the life that he wants to spend? I think that's the question. Like, whose responsibility is that?
I honestly think because it's overall, if you see kind of overall, people are traumatized, I think, honestly, by what they see out there. So if you look overall, men cheating and men doing women wrong isn't classist. We see men with no money doing it. We see men with money doing it. So if niggas ain't shit, let me get me a rich one. So at least when he cheats and he does his too, I get something out of this. Not just left with some kids that I can't take care of. So that's how women think, that eventually all men cheat, or eventually all men like move on to something younger, or whatever like the negative precedence is around men when we see the shit that pops up on the shade room. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna deal with that and spend years with someone, you want it to be with someone where if it don't work out, at least you straight. And you're not 50, 60 over here trying to figure it out, being one of them women where, you know, he never married you and he leave you, and now you know, like, no. At least if I'm gonna be crying, it's gonna be in a house. I have a roof over my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how women think, I think, you know?
So I guess whose fault is it? I wouldn't say it's a man's fault that women, younger girls, are wanting what they see. I think like in the Black community, there's this like new level of wealth. Hood niggas got money now in the last 10 to 15 years. That they used to didn't have access to that lifestyle. If we keep it real, right? It was primarily Caucasian men and then a different level of a Black man. If we're keeping it real. Now they come in by way of endorsements, sports, rap, and other creative ways. Hell, you got YouTubers claiming to be millionaires. So I don't know. But all I'm saying is Black men. What?
Hey, y'all gotta relax. We not doing that. We not doing that.
Oh, I thought
What I missed?
nothing.
What did I miss?
Nothing, man. They up there being paid. Look, man, we gonna get to paying these bills, man. And
Wait
then
a
we
minute.
gonna
What
get
did I
right to the
miss?
clip. I'm not. We not gonna do that today.
Y'all gonna have to tell me later or
I
something.
thought you were shooting a slug, but maybe not. You know, you just using that as an example.
I think she was generalizing for other people, maybe.
Yeah.
That's how I
think she
got
was
it.
generalizing. It's the same thing on Clubhouse. On Clubhouse, everybody makes $100,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah.
That's a fact. Shout out to Gavin with the 5P says. So what's wrong with that? I thought that's the reason for taking your number. And what's too much? OT. I'm guessing. Damn, I can't even remember what that was in reference to. My bad, gang, and we got to it so late. But we appreciate you. MDZ with the 10P says, shaming the passport bros won't stop them from going overseas and doing whatever it is they are doing. Shaming these Black men will only legitimize their reasons for leaving in the first place.
I said go do it.
We appreciate you. Red in the building, man. That's kinfolk right there. That's family. With the 20 piece. My dog says the thing is everybody has their own definition for too much, in which some would be appreciated and others would be a turnoff. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
That is a fact, because persistence from one man is valued. It's admirable. Persistence from another man could get him a police record. So again, you got to be careful. Engage that woman's interest in you before you practice persistence. Let's just establish that. Lee Lacey with the 2-piece says, Kayla, if you the romantic type, just say that.
I am. Oh gosh.
That's facts, man. Torrance Moore with the 20-piece. We appreciate you, G. You say this is a loan. I'm gonna need this back. Good discussion. We appreciate you, fam. Hold on. Gavin back again with the 2-piece. It's legal to do that in certain islands. I'm assuming he's talking about the prostitution aspect. Gavin again says, unfortunately, yes, but it shouldn't, because at the end of the day, we grown in this life. Just be careful and mindful. All right. Sheldon Ward with the 2-piece. This is crazy. Lucky you're a gem. Salute to the bros. We appreciate you, gang. Ricky in the building and on the panel with the 5-piece. The bag will be the death of you, beach. That's facts, though. Real route. You got to take sacrifice and they whole goddamn moral compass for that bread. Salute to Jason C with the 20-piece in the building. Says, based on the latest takes, you just got to be in the top 10% of men in something. Money, intellect, personality, looks, athleticism. The more areas, the better. You being average is going to get you nowhere with women. That is a fact. I tell dudes all the time, man. Sometimes you just got to focus on leveling up. See, a lot of dudes, especially in this space, want to kind of beat women down in terms of what their preferences should be because he wants to be with her and she doesn't fit it. So my solution to that is very simple. She's a woman that likes money and you want to be with her, go make more money. Right? If she's a woman that likes, bags and things of that nature, go get you some more money so you can buy the bags that the woman that you wants. Or you change what it is that you want. Because more times than not, those women that are valuing those things ain't gonna be no good for you, fam. Trust me.
Stay in your motherfucking lane, bro.
That's just real.
Easy.
That's just real. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, boys got to be careful with what it is that they are asking for. Gavin back again with the 5-piece. But what's being average though? And why do men always got to clean another man's wrongdoing? Oh God, I'm talking about.
I have to say, if I was judging men by just looking at one man specifically and what he's done, I would say everybody's wrong. And I'm saying this because my dad put the house under my stepmom's name, and they're not even married. So the man that wants to give you and make sure that you're his everything, he's gonna do it with marriage, without marriage. Like there's no contract in between. He wants to protect you. He wants to provide for you. He's going to do it regardless. And I've seen him doing that. So that's why I believe that sometimes it's like, yeah, marriage is one thing and it's important, but what are you projecting? What are you doing for this woman? We can see those things, but we are thinking that marriage is kind of like, oh, the happily ever after. And actually it's when everything starts right there. That's the way I see it, to be honest.
That's real. And real quick, man, salute to Crusader Nation in the building. Y'all done had the chat lively all evening, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. If you have not liked the stream, make sure y'all stop what y'all doing and like the stream. We about to get into the main clip of the hour. We spoke a lot about doing too much too soon, certain responsibilities, certain expectations that people may have in the beginning of the relationship. You got dudes that saying, I ain't taking her serious if she ain't cooking, cleaning, giving me that ass, whatever the case may be. You got women saying, I ain't taking him serious if he ain't paying my bills, paying for everything, doing what it is, like showing up with BDE. This is a family show, so I will not announce what that acronym is. But if you know, you know. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of expectations. And this clip is going to speak to that. So I'm going to play the clip, and then I want to get y'all's take on what y'all took from the conversation.
Make you my wife in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Shrika, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you a provider, a protector. You watch out for me. I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that. And I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because this is what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet.
Real quick, I'm gonna play it one more time for the people in the smoking section. They might not have had a good view. The volume might have been too low. I'm gonna play it one more time because my dog was really. I ain't gonna even. Let me just play it.
Make you my wife in order for you to start doing wife things.
I mean, I'm just a girlfriend.
Okay. Okay. Shrika, do you want to marry me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you a provider, a protector, you watch out for me, I love you. Why would I not want to marry you?
I appreciate that, and I love you too. So what you're saying to me is, those are the things you want your husband to do.
Yes.
So you see your husband in me.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the things I'm doing right now, even though I'm not your husband, you want your husband to do. And the crazy thing is, that's just who I am. Not because this is what I feel like I have to do. I do it because that's who Jeremy is. I'm already a husband. I'm just not your husband yet.
All right. Before we give takes, I just want to say, I just want to say my dog need to get some better acting classes. That's all I want to say. But go ahead on, Queen.
No, I was like, first of all, Jerry needs to quit all that hollering. First, let me pass the mic. That's it.
He was passionate. That's all. He was passionate.
He wasn't passionate. He was.
I was thinking they got 2 camera angles in this bitch. Okay, we got Jerry this way. We got Stina this way. Is there a boom? Is there lighting?
That's real rap. But I mean, in terms of the acting, it was horrible. But the scenario is very real. Going back to what I said about expectations. See, the thing about men, right? When we come into it, salute to Jerry with the point that he was trying to get across, right? Men already know that we getting the short end of the stick in the courting stage. That's just what it is. We could sit up here and speak in ideals, and we can talk about fairy tales and fantasies, but the fact is that men are getting the short end of the stick in the courting stage. We do more work. We have to present more of ourselves to get, again, elite women, quality women, to get on our ship and ride with us through the program. I ain't talking about the shallow chicks that we hit, on late nights, 3 a.m.s. I'm talking about the women that we really want to take serious. We have to show up for those women and prove the fact that we belong there and that we're able to lead and all of these things. And a lot of times that comes with doing husband type things, right? But you'll have women that'll say, "Yeah, nah, I'm not cooking for you. I ain't your wife. We ain't married. I ain't doing this for you. I ain't washing your clothes. I ain't your wife. We ain't married." So again, I think he's speaking to the fact that his quote is demanded on one end from the man, to whereas women just get to kind of show up and enjoy the benefits of being, of being a wife without actually being one. So I just want to get y'all take on that whole
As
scenario.
she should. That's why we're called a helpmate. I'm the sous chef. I'm not the chef.
I also think, what leverage would she have? I mean, men are in control of the ring. We aren't getting on our knee. So you're showing us what type of man and husband you're going to be. It's us being with you. And then us, we don't want to give you everything because what is that saying? Why buy the cow if the milk is free? So it's like, why would I give you everything? Why would you need to marry me? And I'm a perfect example of that. I mean, my boyfriend doesn't have to. He's getting everything out of me. There's no pressure. There's no real pressure there. There's no real, he's like, oh, I got the kid. I got you cooking for me. Like, we living together. So it's like, I'm a perfect example of that. It's like, where's the pressure? What leverage do I really have at this point? Because when a woman doesn't have his kid and he's ready to have a kid, it's like, well, okay, give me a ring, Oh, you want to live together? Give me a ring. You want to sleep together? Give me a ring. So that's a leverage that women will have. So I feel like I'm a living testament for it.
So to get,
I think
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So the very thing you need, the very thing you need.
I heard it, Ricky.
The very thing you need to get to what you want, you withholding.
I didn't say I was withholding. I'm saying I'm giving everything and I don't have one.
How are you giving everything?
I gave a man a child and we're living together and I cook and I clean. I do a lot of things.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the video, what she was saying.
Well, I'm talking about for myself.
Oh.
What I was referring to was myself.
Right. So I'm saying that. So let's apply it to your case if we can. Right. So she said maybe she was giving 30%. Right. 30%. Right.
That's what she said.
No, I'm just putting a number on
Oh,
it.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Let's say she was giving 30%. Right. Whatever. Right. But he doing everything a husband's supposed to do. Ain't that what the video said? I just want to make.
Is he Ricky? What is he doing, Ricky?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what he doing, Ricky? Is he playing? Is he
enough for her to want to marry him?
Right, exactly.
She said that she would marry him.
Yeah, but he's obviously with her enough for him to want to be with her and marry her. So why is she giving? Like I said, why buy the cow if the milk is free?
I guess I'm trying to figure out, where did she go wrong? Because she said, I like the qualities that you possess.
Right.
So what's the problem with that?
I think that they were saying that before that she said that she was just a girlfriend, so she doesn't need to be doing all the wifely things, but she feels like he's a husband and he's showing her husbandly thing. Is that right, gentlemen?
Right. So again, the very thing you need to present to get to where you got to get, you don't want to give up.
But you can't. That's not how the bargain works. You have to buy the book. You know, it has like foreword, it has a bio on the back, it has a whole entry, you know, but you have to buy the book to leave the store with it.
Right.
Like you don't get to sit in the store day and night, read and use and abuse the whole damn thing, and then say, you know what? I'm not buying this book.
Right. The book got to be worth.
No.
The book got to be worth buying. No matter how good the book is.
That woman gives her all, and that's what she gives. And he goes, you know what?
I would never teach like a young girl, give them your all. And maybe, just maybe. Yeah.
But y'all already do be giving y'all all.
It'll cause her to it'll cause her issues with her self-value. If you give a man everything and he doesn't give you what you want in return, i.e. a ring, it's gonna cause self-esteem issues.
What is everything?
You don't just put yourself out there for a man you're dating. I don't care what his intentions are.
But he's expected to be.
But they're not dating. I think what I heard is like they're in a relationship.
That's dating. Until you get married, he's dating you.
So then why is he providing and doing husband stuff if
he said his personality is husband stuff? That's what he said.
Yeah, I was about to say, what stuff is he providing?
Yeah, he was talking about his personality.
So I have a question because we're speculating.
Wait 1 second. Let me get this out. She's in the video I seen, she said you are these things. And she said yes. Would you marry me or whatever? I'm freestyling. She said yes. So that means she sees him as what she wants to marry. The problem is she can't reciprocate the same thing she wants him to reciprocate based on her role. She's saying you're going to have to trust that once you marry me, I'm going to then show these things, which then is a problem because now I'm taking a bargaining tool where I have to
didn't see it as roles.
When
I saw it as qualities, Lucky, not roles. So at that point, he said, I'm being me.
Semantic.
This is just me.
So
this
why
is what
can't be her though.
Exactly. If that's what she do.
Unless she's just not a person, unless she's just a taker.
Unless she's faking the funk.
I guess
but then why would he be in a relationship with her?
Exactly.
Well, that's
the
why
same way women be in relationships with men because he probably see potential. Men do the same
but
thing.
Maybe men need to start vetting women and stop playing games. If she's not showing qualities of a wife and she's saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do these because I'm your wife," that means that's not naturally with her. So go ahead and be with a woman that shows you those qualities naturally.
Yeah, I don't think you should mirror people. I think we all have things that we're good at and things we're not good at. I'm not my husband and he's not me. But when we come together, we complement each other. There are some things that he does I'll never be good at. But that doesn't make me less of a wife and him more of a husband. There's some things I'm really good at that he's not good at. So I don't think we should say, because he has this, she needs to mirror and give him exactly what he's giving her. She can give him, go ahead.
He should. Relationships are reflective. Why am I going to be a husband and you can't do the things that fulfill me? Now it's now it's slanted because now you being this is an obligation for me to be this for you, but it's conditional when it comes to me. That means you don't really fuck with me.
I think she should give her best self, but it doesn't have to look like what he's given. That's all I'm saying.
Because the things that men and women give are different, so it can't be directly reflected.
But I think what happened is that he's not.
I gotta take you to one.
He's not seeing what she is, bringing to the relationship. That's what I understand.
That's what I got.
He's not. He wants her at this point because of her looks, probably, but she's not showing any other qualities.
She bringing something because he said, "I love you."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What I love you. Love you is just words. It don't mean anything if there's no action behind it.
But what else can you bring? When you're because we don't know what either one of them bring, and they both saying they love each other and they together or whatever, but we don't really know the context of what each other is bringing. But as a woman, when you're just dating a man, I'm confused on what you think that she needs to be bringing. Meaning, we're just dating. You live at your house, I live at mine. That's just how it is, and there's certain things that will take place because of that proximity. So you telling me I'm not a wife because I'm not willing to move in with you before you make me one? Well, then we're not going to be together because you need to make me a wife to move into your house. You need to make me a wife for in-house pussy. I don't know what you're talking about. For me to be cooking, cleaning, doing your drawers, just you making you my number one priority in my life.
Don't even think
and
that you
haven't made me your wife. I'm not on no insurance policies. I'm not on the lease. No, sir.
I'm going to give you one example for when I noticed the behavior of a man change with me. And he literally said, like, after this moment, that's when I realized that you were like someone that I really wanted to keep in my life. We were on a date and they brought the food. I think it was Chinese food because it's like they bring the big plates and then you kind of have to serve yourself. I'm not even cleaning, cooking or anything. We're on a date. I grabbed his plate and I started serving his food. That's what I did. That's all I did. I didn't clean. I didn't cook. I didn't do anything else but just serve the food when it arrived. And it was his plate first. And
women know how to behave. We know how to do all of that. I think
I don't know. I'm saying that little thing right there said, okay, I gotta keep talking to her. I gotta keep her around. I want to get to know her more. I didn't have to give no box for him to take me serious or continue to talk to me.
It's called nurturing, and I think that's what a lot of women do if they.
But those are the little things that he's probably because we're speculating about the scenario. So I'm thinking that those little things she's not doing those things.
I think people date for too long. Like after a certain time period, what do you want to do? Because that length of time is what makes things complicated. Like, I don't know, somebody in the chat just said something like, yeah, Kayla, those are things that you want to do if you're really into him. They are. I want to live with you. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. So you trying to date me for 2 or 3 years, like you basically telling me I need to keep my options open because hello, like what are you trying to do? Like I respect men that are decisive. After so long, like what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Don't get mad when I'm back outside. Oh, I'm your girlfriend, whatever. Like, what do you want to do? Because niggas will waste your time if you don't put some boundaries in there.
Be 10 years in.
And if all this worked, then how many people are actually getting married?
I see girls doing wife stuff for boyfriends for years and years
all
and years.
The time.
Living with them, doing everything, putting stuff in their name, using their credit to buy things. And that man won't even get you a ring. I don't know.
I've seen it.
Not even make you a fiance. You know how they do that? That's been done to me. Like, oh, let me make you a fiance to make you think I'm gonna marry you. He ain't even do that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, Trill, because he was leading with money.
That boy a fool for that, man. Hey, real quick, Anime, go ahead, G.
Hey, first off, I want to say congratulations, guys. I see the grind. I see the success. Road to the big mill is on the way. Oh, and by the way, Trill, I've been keeping track. The last 2 lives, you went over 4 hours, so I need them $3 in the Cruise Season Foundation. I've been trying to tell everybody on this stream to tell you that, but nobody want to do it. So I'll be the man. I'll come up here and I'll do it myself. But when it comes to this topic, I think the biggest problem that we have is that for some reason, everybody is convinced that they have to be the person for everybody. And it's not going to work like that. Like what Kayla was saying, if you are the type of person that you want your man to marry you before you move in with him, that's the type of man you need to be with. And if he doesn't want to do that, you need to walk away. I told my girlfriend, she's asleep right now, I told her, I'm not marrying you before we live together because I need to see how we cohabitate. Now we've been together 2 years. We've already talked about it. We're not married yet, but I told her I don't want to get married until I'm ready to have kids.
So you went from you got to move in.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving. What do y'all call it? Moving the goalpost. Now I'm not ready until I want to have kids. So you put it's games.
I'm not playing games with her.
Made our point.
Because we have a plan. I'm working towards building a career so that because I don't want to just get married and have kids just for the sake of being able to say we have kids. I want to be able to have kids and be able to take care of our kids.
What that got to do with getting married?
Because
you can be married in your mama's backyard with some flowers and some chairs.
Again, this is why I say it has to be with a person that understands that this is what you want. I explained to her, I'm the type of person, I do not want to get married to somebody until I'm ready to have kids. And she said that's okay with her.
Well,
so it works.
Yeah, but that's not what you said. You said that you told her you wasn't ready to get married until you lived with her and cohabitated with her to see, if the dynamic was right.
That's part
then
of it.
After you got that, you moved the goalpost again and said, you know what? This time I'm not ready to get married until I'm ready to have kids.
Well,
then she'll get pregnant, and then you'll say, you know what? I'm not ready to get married until we have enough money.
Okay, well, maybe I worded it different. When I'm saying this stuff, I broke it up, but we had this as a in general conversation at the same time.
Okay.
Not like we didn't move in and then I told her, oh, by the way, we can't get married until I make enough money that we can take care of our kids. No, this was all at the beginning of our relationship. This is what I want to do. I don't want to we're not getting married unless we live together because I need to know if we can cohabitate. We're not getting married until we're ready to have kids because that's what marriage means to me. It means that I'm ready to start a family with you. This was all at the beginning, and she said that is okay with me. And it worked.
So you're basically saying that
if she would have said this doesn't work for me, I would have let her go and kept moving.
Okay.
It's that simple. Everybody doesn't have to work for you.
Don't you think that women that are not married and are in relationships know the reason why they're not married? I'm wondering. Like if you have these conversations with your man, like, hey, we want to get married or we're planning about it, but he tells you why not, don't you think that the woman kind of knows the reason why you're not married yet?
Yeah, I think she probably knows. But at that point, you have to have enough discernment to say, okay, this is why he's saying we can't get here. Is he working towards us getting here? She sees that I'm in school working towards getting to a career. I'm going to be out of school in summer next year. And then we're moving, getting our first house together, and we're going to get married and have kids.
So you have a plan. That's the way I'm seeing it. You have a plan.
I have a plan, and she can see the progression that the plan is going. If he's just throwing like the good word says, faith without works is dead. He can tell you everything that you want to hear, but if you don't see him working towards that, why are you staying?
Why do you need to wait until you're ready to have kids to marry her? Why don't you
because that's what marriage means to me.
It's not just about having kids because people can have fertility issues. You're marrying that person because that's the person you want to do life with.
Yes, and I want to have kids with her.
Yeah, but what if she ends up not being able to have kids?
Then that's a discussion that we'll have.
After
you're married.
After how many years?
We're getting ready to do all that stuff within the next year.
I think what we're trying to say is, are you not having these discussions up front? Like,
oh no, we've had these discussions.
Okay. He said he is. He
said he had it with her before he got with her.
When we first started dating, we had various serious conversations because we met in a whole nother state. She had to move here to be with me.
if you want to be with her,
Wow, and you're still making her wait, so she moved. She's like really showing you.
But again, we see it sounds
love.
bad,
That's
but
what true love looks like.
see, it sounds bad, but when you're not us, you don't know that we've had these serious conversations ahead of time.
But it seemed like you're the only one that's like making these rules. Why don't you make her your wife? If you're already living with her,
well, she already showed that he doesn't have to. He showed he doesn't have to. He's gonna go along with his plan, whether he gives her what she wants or not. So, shoot, more power to you. I don't know what to say because she don't got a problem with it. So why should I?
Again, B. Taylor, it goes back to not everybody has to be for me. I told her my plan. If she didn't agree with my plan, she was free to walk away. I didn't hold a gun to her head and say, this is what I want to do and you don't have a choice. I told you in the beginning what I wanted to do, and you had to say, okay, yes or no.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna give you as a married woman.
I didn't hear it.
Don't make her.
How old?
Go ahead.
How old are you guys?
I'm 24. She's 26.
You making her work too hard.
We met when we were 22 and 24.
If you love her, marry that woman. Because last week, Ricky said young men like yourself want to get married.
It's not an if. She knows I love her. She knows I love her. My family does. Her family does. Okay. But we are not going to change our plan because of what anybody else wants us to do.
No, we don't want you to change your plan.
Can I ask a question? Just because that kind of sound like the women when they say you should get married in college. So what's the difference? You can't accomplish those things with her as your wife. Like you're buying a home before marrying her, which is a thing that you do to build legacy after you get married, right? So what's the difference? Why you can't marry her now and achieve those goals?
That's just
what is getting that piece of paper stop?
It
actually gives you more benefits.
Again, it doesn't stop anything, but that's not the way.
Separately.
Yes.
So for what reason? You're giving the government more money that you could use for this plan. As a leader, I don't see why you would do that. It doesn't have to
make sense to everybody as long as it makes sense for us.
His plan. Trying to tell that man how to drive his boat.
Because of money.
Like I said,
he did quote the Bible. The Bible has a specific way of marriage. I just want to point that out.
He's trying to do things in order. That's it. That's how he's.
No, he's not. What?
In order means not living together. I mean, if we're gonna keep it.
And we live in a world that there's no order.
It doesn't have to make sense to everybody. As long as it makes sense to us, we're good.
I understand both parties, and the difference, the way I see it, is like if it's your life and you have the right to do whatever you want with it, and the way you want to live with it.
Exactly.
The way I see it, the way I see it. And I understand both, sides, but the way I see it, and I understand you have a plan. Either she sticks to the plan because she has the right to walk away, and she didn't, and that's her boundaries. That's her standard. She made the decision. She made the decision. Nobody forced her. So right there, it means that she believes in you. And then if you don't, and this is my point, if you don't accomplish any like the things that you
trust
said
and believe me, if I don't stick to this plan, I don't even got to worry about her or her family. My family will get on me for her. I don't even got to worry about her.
If you messed up, that's gonna say more about you than her because she stick with you by your side.
Exactly. I hope that every decision that I make that I decide for us, I own up to it. If it works out, I own up to it. If it doesn't work out, I own up to it.
Y'all not as young as I thought. So you know what? I ain't even got nothing to say. Like, do you, fam? Because y'all are grown as hell. So
simple, bro. It's just so simple, bro. Like,
live your life.
Y'all sitting up here grilling this man, bro.
You feel me? He got a whole plan in place.
It's just so simple, bro. Right? Fuck. She can leave. The door work both ways. What y'all talking about? But y'all see something wrong with it because a lot of y'all is with man y'all can't trust. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all with a man who y'all really don't trust that plan he on. You see what I'm saying? Y'all
he got a plan that he not acting on.
Right. Y'all jump off that boat quick. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
that's projection.
You know what I'm saying?
And that I agree with you, Ricky.
I'm a stick beside
my grandparents didn't marry first date or their first child. They actually after 5 kids, they got married after 5 kids. Over 60 years of marriage.
I don't think people understand the importance of marriage. Have y'all not seen couples that love each other and that have been together and not married? And one of them, no, for real life. I've seen this happen. Somebody dies, somebody gets hurt, and that family will put your ass out that house the next day. They've been waiting to block you, to put you out. You have no rights to anybody when you're not married. I'm keeping it 100. If something happens to you where you become incapacitated, she doesn't have a say. Right. I'm just telling. I'm just sharing that with him.
That's
I want
true.
him to understand.
Go when you're done. Let me go when you're done.
I don't want you to do. I'm not trying to say marry her. Don't. Just understand the full capacity of what marriage brings, and some of the advantages of marriage.
Well, it's not a marry her or don't. Unless she does something crazy. I'm going. Oh, my bad.
Hold on. Right. Facts. Queen Sheba. Right. Extreme situations, right? Them extreme situations. Yeah, we got to make it happen, right? But he got to give all while you got to hold something back, right? He got to give it all while you hold something back from the very thing you want, right?
She's not holding anything back. She moved here from him, and he said,
and I'm not holding anything back from her.
Listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. I need y'all to listen.
Did you hear what I said?
Right. Holding him back. Listen to what y'all saying. Y'all said earlier in this very chat, let me know if I'm off, ladies, gentlemen, right? He should give it all, right? Because this way, hey, you gotta buy the book. Gotta buy that book, baby. You just can't take that book out the store for free. Right? Or is it me?
No, I said that.
You can get a preview of.
You can read the foreword.
You can breathe.
You can hold it. You can see how I feel in your hand while you at the register. You can read the back. You can read the pictures. You can do all of that.
Now.
But you're not leaving this store without buying this book. And there's no discounts and no refunds or exchanges.
Facts, bro.
All right, man. Real quick. Big Dog Ronan is on the beatbox. Ronan in the building. Salute the beatbox, man. We seen him in the chat earlier, man. The family. Shout out to the family, man. Straight up and down beatbox in the building. Go ahead, Ronan. What's your take on this thing, gang? Like, what is the responsibility lie in terms of giving too much too soon? Like, who gets the short end of the stick? Like, what's your thoughts on this whole convo, bro?
Number one, you gotta vet yourself first and foremost. Number two, see how the level of reciprocity is. If you're giving so much of yourself to where this person give you maybe 10%, 15%, then you gotta reevaluate. Cut them loose, cut your losses if you need to. Again, it's like if love is a business, you have them quarterly reports, semi-annual, annual reports. You gotta see progress. Because if your actions, words, and intent don't work in concert, it's all bullshit. But hey, this is what we're seeing. But if you slide the ring on like Green Lantern's light, all of a sudden she can be everything you want. Allegedly.
Well, ladies, I don't hear rebuttal to that. Y'all good?
That's fair.
All right. Well, Ronan in the building, man. We gonna
boy coming in, drop a quick.
Just one thing that I have noticed when that guy was saying or giving his example in real life is that we want to tell people what our standards are and set those standards in others, but and then I respect Kayla's standards and boundaries, Lucky's, Queen's, V Taylor, everybody. But we have to respect that this woman believes in him and trusts him. And our standards are not what everybody else's thinks. So, and we want to make everybody believe that that's what it is, that marriage is what it is. And at the end of the day, there's also people that have got married and 2 years later, they divorce. Nothing happens because marriage doesn't guarantee anything at the end of it. It's just a contract. It is just a validation. The way that you want to see it, because some people see it that way and some people will actually give a different meaning. He said, this is the meaning for marriage to me, and we have to respect that. So our standards is not everybody else's standards.
I don't think you can speak on marriage until you've been married.
I don't know.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I just
All
want
right.
to say, the whole point of these shows is projections of beliefs. So if you call in and you give something the same way women call in and they say one thing, we say that you should get married like this, you should do these things. But a man comes in, it's the same type of candor back and forth. You have questions, it's unfamiliar. I don't think nobody actually like, well, I know I wasn't like criticizing. I just generally had a question. What's the difference if we hear women should prioritize marriage early? And it seems like she's doing those things to show that. And he's still saying, wait, but we hear why we can't accomplish those things when we get married, but he has to wait to, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like, dang, is there a double standard there? Like, so he's not questioned the same way we are when we say we want to get these things before we get married and just hang around. But she can hang around and not be called dumb. But if we do that, it's, oh, you shouldn't have been dating potential. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my point. I don't give a damn what
I agree. I agree with you. Too.
I agree with that. And
That's
the
fair.
thing is, to say too, it's like, sorry, Ricky, but the thing is like, while she's looking at what he's doing externally, we're looking at the intangibles internally. Communication, as everybody say, they're great communicators. Some people just have selective hearing. They hear what they want. As long as it's on their agenda, they'll do what they can. And their representative tends to get extended warranty. But we're talking about consistency. How does adversity show that person? Because everybody can show their perfect face until they run into an issue. Then the real them shows up. So that's what we sit there and look for. We're seeing if that person's battle tested. If I'm looking to put my life and my resources and everything on the line with this person, they had to earn this. We just can't graduate people just because. You can have that body, but that time, that'll eat that up. Does she know what confidentiality means? Can I trust her with certain parts of me that her family won't start acting funny, or her girlfriends, or even other people in general? Can she represent me in present and outside of my presence? Things like that, but most tend to be ignorant to that. That's my thought. What do you guys think?
What's going on, family? I don't know if it was on me or not. What's going on, Trill, B-Box, everybody, the whole panel. So, Trill, if you don't mind, I want to preface my statements by talking about, with all due respect, you and Paige, right? Now, I remember you told a story, and please correct me if I'm wrong. You told a story that said that you wanted to get married to Paige at a time where you didn't have shit, and she told you no, y'all gonna wait till later. You said that, right?
That's a fact.
So, you know, as you also know, I use you and Lady Paige as, let's say, an example of what young men want, right? And what young women say they want. But see, the problem and the reason why I agree with Ricky today, unquestionably, is because a lot of people, they praise relationships like yours, right? Like Brother Dean's, but they don't do what it takes to get there. It's the same way that, you know, they want to be entrepreneurs. They want to have 100,000 subscribers on a panel like this, but they don't put in the work to get it done, right? All the backstage shit, all the other work. So what we're saying is we want the things that we see. We want these examples, but we're not putting in the work to get them. I can't relate to that. So for me, reciprocity in that video that you played earlier, if a man is doing every single thing, for one, you can take the woman to court and marry her, but we all know there's so many women that's not doing that. There's so many women that's saying, I want the ring, I want the big wedding, I want all of this, and they have the right to do that. But it stops and it prevents young men from getting married. I can name so many young men who did that, and that's why I preface my statements by your story, because I'm very studious, bro. I'm literally taking notes, all kind of shit while y'all was talking. And in my experience, when Brother Anime, I think that was his name, he has a plan. Women say a man got to have a plan. So he got that. He bring you in. We don't know if she want to have a court wedding. We don't know what kind of wedding she want to have, but all we do know that these are two young people in love, and they have a plan to be married and have a nuclear family. And that reminds me of what Dean, I wish he was here now. Dean says he had the same exact situation 20 whatever years ago, and everybody shitted on him. Men, women, young, old. But now that they're 10 plus years in a marriage, people say, we want that. But you're not willing to do what it takes to get that. You're just not. And I think that's one of the saddest things around here is when we don't self-reflect and look at what can I do to go get what I really want, especially if I'm not willing to do what the other people did, then you kind of need to shut the fuck up and accept what you get because you're not willing to put in the work like Trill did. And Trill, I want to ask you this, and you probably can't speak for her entirely, but you didn't have shit back then. You said that. It was no cruise season. You know what I'm saying? You was still in fucking Houston, a young little gangbanger. I'm stop playing. You wasn't gangbanging. But you was, you know what I'm saying, running them streets, right? After you asked her to marry you and she said no, how did that make you feel, my brother? And how did y'all get to this point? Because I think that's the experience that we need to hear. That's why I come back to you over and over and I watch your ass like a hawk because I say, that's the nigga that I want to be like. Real talk.
Well, first off, bro, I appreciate that for sure. But in terms of my mindset when she said it, I was shocked, right? Because growing up, like we taught that like women want marriage. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? But hell, rain, sleet, snow, they don't give a damn what the circumstance is. If the man they like propose, they going. You know what I'm saying? Because marriage is such a high priority. So when she said no, I think it shed light on like her mindset. Like she wants things to be, you know, a certain way. Like she's not into the fairy tale type of shit. She wants like a more realistic scenario in which we're gonna get married. In fact is when we was together back then, I didn't have a car, I didn't have a job. I was in school playing ball and just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, kind of falling out of love with football. So I'm thinking, okay, damn, what am I going, you know, do with the next phase of my life or whatever, you know, as I'm in college and shit. And you know, she was aware of that. So when I asked her, she like looked at me and laughed. She was like, "You're not ready. You're not ready to get married." And you know, I'm like, "What you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? She's like, "You told me you're not ready." You know what I'm saying? So, but looking back on it, she was right. I wasn't ready. I didn't know who I was yet. I didn't have no stable income. I didn't have no stable structure or plan that I speak a lot of on these podcasts about now. Again, I was still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So hearing that, it's like, okay, I gotta like get my shit together. Like I gotta be like a, you know, man of respect. I gotta be a man capable of leading a family. And at that point, I was so young and just, you know, caught up in the shit that was just going on around me that I would have been a horrible leader back then in terms of a family. You know what I'm saying? So just her having the foresight to see that, it just made me fall in love with her even more. But it also made me step up my shit and get where I needed to be. So when it was time to actually, you know, propose and do our thing, you know, it would be realistic. It would make sense. And that's why we done been able to last as long as we have because of her realistic mindset.
Do you feel like it's because you guys were younger that people in society was more acceptable? Because when I tell people, although I've done things a little backwards, and I'm like, we're at a place where I don't feel like if we would get married, me and my boyfriend, if we were to get married right now, it would just go, it would crash and burn. There's things that we need to work on that I'm not going to put on the internet. But, you know, like what you said, like that's like ringing bells off in my head where I'm like, that's where I feel like I'm at. But society pressures us to be like, nah, just get it done. And it's like, nah, there's some things where he's not quite, I know that he's not quite ready, and I'm not quite ready. But I feel like maybe because you guys were a little bit younger, is that why did society pressure you guys as well or no? Like, because when you hear stories like that, it's like, man, that makes a lot of sense. But then when you look at society shaming a lot of women for not being married or rushing into marriage and going down to the courthouse, it's like, yeah, I don't want to rush into failure.
Yeah, to answer the question, I would say you're right. Us being young did factor into it not being much press at all. You know, that combined with the fact that we wasn't surrounded by a bunch of just successful marriages. Right? We were surrounded by a bunch of broken homes. So it's like, you know, us not being married and us shacking up and us doing shit the wrong way would just be status quo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like us, you know, aspiring for marriage and doing shit the right way in the right order was more of a like, you know, shock to people more so than, you know, the other way around. Cause even back then, like we came up with a plan, like, and we had long talks about this. She said, you know, I want to get married first, and then I want to get a house, and then I want to have a kid.
Yeah.
and it happened in that exact order. You know what I'm saying? Because of measures that was taken on both sides or whatever. But yeah, no, it wasn't some shit that just happened by circumstances, just random. Like it takes planning, it take a lot of discipline, it take a lot of whatever. And even back then, like I said, I was not ready. I was still caught up in my own hype, caught up in my reputation and trying to live up to who all my niggas thought I should be, and everybody from my neighborhood thought I should be, and who I was, and all of that shit. So she was right. I wasn't ready to lead yet. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I was able to get a bit older and look back on it and was like, she right. If we got married back then, it would have crashed and burned. We probably wouldn't be together right now. That's
Were
just
you
honest.
offended?
So I think that's when. Oh, go ahead.
Were you offended when she told you no?
Nah,
Okay.
I wasn't offended because again, like I mean, I told her and I still tell her to this day that I knew she was gonna be who I got married to regardless. So it was just a matter of when, and we was both on that same page. She said the same thing, in terms of I don't plan on being with nobody else. I don't plan on having no kids with nobody else. I see us being together, and that's just that. But it's just a matter of getting shit in order and getting ducks in a row to where when it happens, it makes sense. So to answer the question, I wasn't offended at all. I knew it was going to happen.
I thank you for that transparency, because you and Smooth, y'all have a different, like y'all love story is so different, and it's realistic, because you hear people on the internet say, oh, do this and just, oh, if he's not doing this, just find the right guy that's ready for this, right? Your wife did not leave you because you weren't ready. She saw that you weren't ready, but she saw potential in what y'all could be, right? And a lot of people are
I'm sorry for interrupting, but what I like the word potential, because she saw the potential, but she let him show that potential became an action, not just potential, but develop and see him until like he was already there. And I like what you said right now. You've been very self-aware, B. Taylor, let me tell you, because you said like, oh, I asked the question earlier, do women that are in this situation that know why they're not married? And you just said that that you have to work on stuff together. Now, it's not making mistakes. I don't call it mistakes. It's more like you have the man, the father of your child. You have it there. I don't know if it's a provider, whatever. You know that you want to get married with him. Your job, because you did it in a different order, now your job is to preserve that and make sure that it leads to the marriage. That's your job. And don't let society get in your head and, like start telling you what you have to do. You already have it. What you don't have is just a paper that proves it, which is validation at this point, because you have it. All you have to do is work for it to preserve that, because that's the hardest part.
Thank
I
you.
definitely agree with that, because addressing like Lucky's point and basically everybody's hitting on it. This is why you have to vet yourself first. We had to understand that society is functionally retarded. We just had to accept that. They're gonna sit there and throw all kind of curveballs and everything like that. But you and that man or that significant other, y'all have to vet each other out to say, we're looking to do this. We're moving this way. This is us. We're not marrying them. We're setting the standards, even if it's our parents, if they got screwed up. We learn the lessons and failures they have and move on our respective situation. But that's why the communication is important. So hearing all that exercise, that outside nonsense, that noise, that lets you know if you're committed to the situation or not. If you're looking to build something or you're looking to build a case. And that's when it comes to the marriage part. Are you looking to marry the title, or are you looking to be a part of the responsibilities that come with that title? You don't want a puppet relationship. We've seen too many of them.
But it so to be a wife. Like, I think a lot of women, if they know that they're not ready for that responsibility, and Queen Sheba, maybe you want to speak on it, it's a lot to be a wife. And a lot of women are not ready to take on that role yet.
But B. Taylor, it's a lot to be a husband. This is the whole thing. It's a gamble at the end of the day. Do you fuck with me or not?
I agree with you, Ricky, because women talked about, they don't want struggle love. And my homeboy did this podcast today. A lot of men had to take care of their emotional baggage and yours and a whole heap of things outside of himself. So his shoulders and his mind can only take so much. Now, does she present peace in the conversation besides a piece of ass? There has to be much more to it. Because again, like, there's too many that sit there, well, I can do this. And many times over, you got some who act like children. They just want to run and screw something up, and they come back, I did this. Now he has to put out a lot of fires. So we have to have that communication and that respect. Like, look, I trust his leadership. you know, he might not get it right all the time, but he's working on the benefit of not just himself, but the family in general. He's showing you consistently. That's what's supposed to happen.
So I get, I agree with a lot that been said. And shout out to Trill and your love story. However, when you're at a particular age, this story is anecdotal. When you're 22, do it. When you're 32, no siree Bob. Because as a woman, you do not have the time for him to do 6-7 years and figuring out if the potential is really there or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, especially Black women, struggle with fertility after 27. It becomes highly dangerous after 35. And that's just the reality of the situation. We don't like to talk about these staggering numbers of women that are dying in childbirth, but it's the reality of the situation. I hate it. I wish I could just pick it and do it whenever I want, but like, that's just not the reality. So when you're older, you know, there's less grace for your potential. First of all, what have you been doing for the last 10 years? Second of all, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a certain level of growth. There are stages in life, you know, and men go through things, but by a certain age, he should be able to be decisive and be able to make good decisions. And it just is what it is. So again, when you're 22, you know, that's why I was surprised when the young man came on here and she said she was 26. I was like,
yeah.
Because I swear that I thought that they were like, he was going to say, oh, we're 18 and 20. I was like, okay, you know, but he's like, we're 26. Ooh, hold on. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna get to like, there's so many girls that can give you stories about how they gave their 20s to a dude that didn't marry them. These stories are out there. So we have to, like, you have to really have great discernment and really vet well and really make a good decision on, you know, potential based on what your age is as a woman, because that's just how it is.
With all due respect, Kayla, it's like they're moving on their shot clock. That's them. That's their situation. Because I was in a relationship with a chick that had fibroids, but she chain smoked. And I told her, you have to stop doing this so you won't get this result. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. Cut her loose. If you're not looking to fix the problem, then you are the problem. I'm going to solve that problem.
Y'all only get so many shots at the hoop, boy.
Yes, sir. So if you're airball layups, I don't know what to tell you.
You only get so many shots at the hoop. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 seconds left on the clock in the game.
And Kayla, I did want to let you know there are Black men talking about mortality rates and et cetera, but those Black men in those conversations are hardly ever paid attention to by Black men or Black women, in my opinion. Me being one of those men.
No, I agree. I see stories all the time, you know.
It's a hot
really
topic.
good friend of mine is a single dad of 3 daughters because he lost his wife in the birth of his twins. And it happens. Like, you can look out there and see the suits like families have taken against hospitals because Black women are not treated with the same kind of care. And
Texas is the #1 state, by the way.
Yeah. And it's just that, and it's scary, you know?
Yeah, I actually have a video on my channel about my birthing experience at the age of 30. And my baby I had to get emergency C-section. My baby was like, you could see it in the video. It looked like he wasn't even moving, like breathing or nothing. He was purple. I thought he was gone. Like, we were just sitting there for like what felt like minutes, you know, and it was like my blood pressure was up. And I was like, man, this is such a difference than when I was 24, I think, when I, got pregnant. It's age do make a difference, and pregnancy is hard on the body. I don't know why it's so hard on Black women specifically, but it is a big difference. And I know people who lost their child during childbirth. As a Black woman, thankfully, I switched doctors because I called my doctor and I was like, I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what's going on. And she just told me, you're fine. And she ignored it. And I switched doctors, and I told this doctor, I need you to save my life and save my child's life if it comes down to it. That's why she gave me a C-section, because she said, your baby's heart rate stopped for 2 minutes straight. We're going to go to the operating room. So it is very, very a real thing. And I've been in that situation where it was very scary.
Facts.
And then you would hate to be like fertility issues, man marry you and then y'all not getting pregnant. I can see that. And he wants a kid.
And it's so
The
expensive that Black
relationship
people can't
is
even
going to
afford it.
be very, the challenges year after year that you can't give him a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there are lots of things that we don't talk about that are important like this. And, but shout out to the Black doulas out there. Y'all doing your thing.
Hey, what do you think, OT, Lucky?
Hold on, right quick. Go ahead, Ricky, and then we're gonna go to him.
And listen to how we talk, man. Right? B. Taylor birthing issues, infertility, right? All this other stuff, right? Not just that, but the world in general, right? Just the world, right? We got brothers out here getting shot and killed by cops
all day,
right? Not just that, we out here killing each other. Let's keep it honest, right? All this shit, all this time passing, right? Why are you with somebody who don't fuck with you? Why?
What happened? Okay.
Why are you with somebody who don't fuck with you or you don't fuck with them?
Hey, Ricky, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. And sometimes I don't always respond to OGs well like yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it real with you. We need more men like you, like Trill, like Dean, in the places where Black men exist, bro. And me coming from Detroit, growing up in Brightmoor, bro, I'm gonna tell you, my nigga, when my daddy was in Jackson doing 15 years, bro, it was nobody give a fuck about whether I was out here busting bitches down, getting them pregnant. They don't give a fuck about nothing we was doing, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And the women, when I look back at it, bro, the reason why I like me being a single father and I really take pride in me having my daughters, bro, nobody gave a fuck about what the girls was going through either. When I say nobody, my nigga, nobody. Let me tell you a quick story if I can, Trill. I was at Central Michigan and I was dating young lady. She was in medical school there, right? And she had a school event where they went down to Detroit and they posted a link up with the children, et cetera, et cetera. There was this young Black girl who did not give a fuck about nothing that was happening that day. And the young lady, she was from Jamaica, so she didn't understand the customs that we go through, right? That even in certain places, just walking to school is dangerous. So I told her, did you ask that young lady, did she eat today? How was her ride if she had to go to school? And then she started breaking down and she said, yeah, every single day I'm worried about getting raped. Every single day I'm catching the bus. No men are protecting me in the area. And this is what's actually happening in our actual communities. And if we don't have more OGs like you, to me, you enforce a lot of discipline. I love it. But Trill's story reinforced hope in places where niggas have zero. And I'm trying to like hold back my emotions, but I really can't talk about that shit any further, bro. We need, not want, need, my nigga.
Yeah.
Need y'all niggas. That's all I gotta say.
Good stuff, Daryl.
I agree. It's a lot of men who grew up without fathers and they don't have guidance. They don't have brothers who know how to guide them. They don't know what to do. They don't have real mentors in their life and they're like trying to make life decisions and be a better man. And they don't have anyone to look up to. All they see is the men in their family repeating the same cycle over again. Who the fuck are they supposed to look to? So I definitely agree with Daryl. There's some great men out there that want to do great things and be a good man, who have children and want to do the right thing, but they can't get there. They don't even know how to get there. And it's like life, society look at you like, you a man up, pull up, man up. Like what does that even look like?
Which is why niggas get with gangs or something like that into trouble because they feel that that's family. Those people are the ones that validate them. Those are people that put on, big them up, give them hope or some, foolish shit when they could be in school or doing something else. Like it's unless you just really stand out, like it's rare when they'll really steer you in that right direction. Like if they see you an athlete, you got a good head on your shoulders, a lot of times they're gonna turn you away. Like, nah, bro, this ain't for you. Like this life ain't for you. You go to school, worry about them books, play football, basketball, whatever. This not for you. But then you got the other kids that really want to prove themselves because they don't ball. They not the smartest, so they don't know where they fit in. So they like, well, shit, I can do this. This is easy. I can sell this, or I can, you know what I'm saying? Like that's easier to do than actually putting in some work, you know, to better yourself. So
I also think sometimes. Oh, sorry.
So I was just saying, I think that's why Kevin Samuels was so big, because a lot of men, if they want to be honest, they looked at him like he was a father figure because they didn't have the knowledge that he was giving them in the game. And that's why when he died, it hit hard because it's like losing the father again. So I feel like the crew season, like this platform is so influential. Like you guys, y'all really making a big impact on a lot of young men. Especially y'all didn't come from a perfect background, and that's what makes it more relatable. Is that they hear somebody like Trill, who's married, successful, got a wife, hardworking, and you come from the background that you come from, a smooth, like all y'all, like y'all really mean something to this community. So I just want to put that out there.
Well, I want to say from hear from Lucky, it's just like this is why platforms like this are important, because a lot of us in many aspects understand what emotional homelessness looks like, how we came from certain points. We ran into certain people who brought us back to center. That's why I get why y'all together, how y'all move, how y'all move as a collective. I can only imagine offline. The thing is, like, that's why a lot of us are here trying to lead people in the right direction. Because people say, marriage is trash, but the thing is, like, you define what you have in that situation, whether it be platonic, social, or even the marriage in itself. But it goes into centering yourself, because there's too many of us who live in these ethnic outposts. We don't have thriving communities, but we have to fight for those things back little by little, which starts with ourselves.
Yeah.
It definitely goes to what like Daryl was saying about hope, because I said this before, I don't know, probably like on Lapifa somewhere, where I said like, you define your reality, and people were arguing me down. I don't know how, but you literally define your own reality. And I think that people don't think that. People think that they have to be whatever their circumstances, or they have to be whatever that situation is. And they don't have hope that it could look any different, especially if it didn't look different from my mama or her mama or her mama. You know what I mean? Like, this is the path that I should go on. This is all I see. People don't understand that they can literally change their life by just making different choices. And sometimes having the courage to make those choices come from having hope that shit could be different. But a lot of people really do not believe that it can. They really think that like what their situation is all it can be. And, you know, different things touch different people. Just like I talk about my mom, how she parented me and my brother. My brother needs that intense, like Ricky, like yell at him and then and break, you know, do that, you know. And I need more like, Kayla, you know, like, you're better than this. Like, I'm disappointed. Like, that shit hurts more when you yell, you know, whatever it is, people need different things. So I think different spaces provide different things to different people, but as long as it lands, that's what I care about. Like, what way does it need to happen to land?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think just hearing the conversation, and I appreciate what Daryl said, because where I'm from, a lot of men need women. Women are natural healers, right? We can agree to that. We're supposed to be connected to a man. I think that like where I'm from, a lot of men, to help them get their head right, they have to be in a relationship. Like, they look for a woman to kind of get them focused, because women are naturally nurturers and things like that. And a lot of the times, they mama's not shit. You know what I'm saying? So then when they get with a woman, they might see potential. They want you to see it in them, or sometimes they fall for the fact that you see them beyond what their situation is, so you can actually heal it. So I think a lot of the times women aren't really able to know their power in those positions on how to play it. And then a lot of the times men could be, like you said, emotionally immature because they're misguided on how to deal with their emotions. So if you have two young people or two people that might be good for each other, it could be the wrong time. And that's why I like what Trill was saying about his wife now is that she did not come up off of it. She allowed the room for error, which y'all can say what y'all want about Will and Jada, but the one thing they said was they allowed room for error, and they had to be friends first because they understand as we got together early enough, these things are going to happen, but our core values, as long as you loyal to that, we're going to come back together. And I think that's what I'm hearing as far as women being the nurturers and finding out that you might have a man that is potential, but if you know how to nurture in the right ways, you can get a gem out of it. If you just looking for when he gonna do this so I can get mine back, you're not nurturing in the right ways, so he may feel unmotivated to keep going with you by his side. But that's why sometimes when they leave you and they get with the next woman, he flourishing because he's able to do things with her that he couldn't do with you. So I just heard that.
I think a lot of women want to do that, but I think a lot of women are traumatized, not even by their own life, but by other women's stories of how they've helped a man realize his purpose and built him up and did all this. And then he leaves her with a girl that has no fucking substance and a big ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think women are like, it's a gamble. You know, because you can pour so much into a man. And like, I do think a part of a woman's role is to remind him of who he is when the world beats down on him. Right. But, you know, he has to appreciate you because it's heartbreaking when you give a lot and you do that. And then once he's on, he gets a big head and he starts acting crazy.
But I get what you're saying, though, Kayla. But the thing is, like, just as men need discernment, the women do as well. Because there's nothing worse than wasting your time, resource, and energy in a handsome holocaust or a beautiful retard. It's just stressful as hell. So the thing is, like, step by step, you start seeing where this person is going. Okay, see what they do with an inch. Say they do it a mile. Again, it's like you constantly not just vetting yourself, but them. And we got to learn to talk to each other. Not talk at each other, talk around each other, talk about each other. We mastered that shit. So whatever happened, whatever.
And Ronan, I want to say one last thing before I might get out here and go back to the studying, man. But while we talking about, you know, the significance of the channel, you know, shout out to OT and Dean. But when I think about this channel, I think about my brother Trill. And let me drop something real quick, Trill. There's an African proverb that always stuck with me. It says, the child who doesn't feel any love will burn down the village to feel its warmth.
Yep.
And what y'all don't understand is that my experience is working, you know, in the inner cities in Detroit, et cetera, Saginaw, Flint. That's how them boys feel. Yeah. They gonna burn that bitch down until they get attention. It's really just that simple. When they got, you know, when they trying to do everything right, and then somebody tell them they got to get the Escalade, they got to do this, and this. How you think they gonna get that? By any fucking means necessary. And then we wonder why our village is burned down, right? So for me, I take it, I take this very seriously. Instilling hope in Black men. If Black men are moving in these streets feeling like they can't be loved, or like a lot of my homies would say, love gets you killed, then we already fucked up.
Yeah.
I agree, Daryl. I agree. I came from I shared, I don't know if it was Trill's platform or B Taylor's, but I kind of shared my background. I was able to overcome it because I didn't want to be like a statistic, right? But by way of that, I was able to go to college, play sports. I played volleyball in college, by the way, and really became great friends with some really good people. And I can't share too much, but I really try to pour back in and, you know, into the community and help behind the scenes, and some things you can't share out loud. I work in an arena where I work with this lady one time, a Black lady, one time. And she texted me a couple of months ago and she said, can I call you? Which is weird, right? Because we're Black, but we're not friends, but we work together. And she shared to me that her boyfriend was having a mental health episode. He was an ex-NFL player and she was on a plane about to take off. He had just texted her he was about to kill himself, a Black dude. I was like, okay, how can I help you? She told me, how could I help her? And then I realized, shit, this is a job for a man. This is really a job for a man. So I reached out to my NFL friends that are no longer, do you know those boys pulled together? I don't know what they did, or I don't need to be involved. They pulled together, they coached him up. He has ongoing support, but there's a lot of people, a lot of Black people that are really, really doing things behind the scenes. So my question to you is, how can we help? Number one. And how do we put those Black people in places to be able to help? How do we know that the young boys that you're talking about exist? And then that's you can kind of DM me that offline, but how can I help you? That's it.
I don't want to detract the conversation. But the answer, the easiest way is go where those people are. Don't be afraid to go where they are. A lot of people that can, a lot of people that can do change. And shout out to the big homie, I'm not going to say his name, but we used to get into it about the Black culture. And that was my problem. Go to where the people are. And then you can really, you won't have to worry and ask yourself what kind of help they need. They'll tell you. They will tell you. Real talk.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And well said, man. Real quick, we're going to pay some bills and then we're going to get to the solution to wrap this thing up. Y'all know this is a solution-based platform. So I want y'all to think long and hard about the solution. Again, to improve. Right. Look, man, we doing good today, man. I already owe the pot $3, man. We doing good. We gonna get out of here before 4 hours this time.
I got your 5.
That's a bit. Jason C with the 5-piece. Say for the Oscar-winning performance for the portrayal of today's Black man. He talking about that video. Jay Daniels, the 5-piece. Good women don't date or have children by bad men. Bad women date and have children by bad men. You attract what you are.
Yeah,
I think that's true.
Yeah.
ANPVK7 with the 5-piece says being nurturing and feminine is not foolproof. The man has to want you and be ready. Period.
Yeah,
that's a fact. That is a fact. Rob with the 5-piece. Why are women so pressed to get married for the title, but not pressed to be an actual wife? I just hope y'all got cookbooks.
Wow. Really?
My cookbook is in my memory.
You have YouTube now.
It's society. It's pressure. It's status.
I learned how to make orange chicken and everything on YouTube.
Yes.
And Pinterest.
Heck yeah. Pinterest got all the recipes. Sorry.
There should be no reason why women saying they can't cook.
Yeah.
Okay, man. It's the resourcefulness for me. Obz with the 10-piece says, my standard is if we ain't married, we ain't living together. Until then, you got your place and I got mine.
I know that's right.
Okay. Sheldon Ward with the 5-piece. This is exactly why most chicks be mad when they don't get the ring and the very next chick gets the ring. Can't create a family with someone that's selfish.
Ooh.
Damn.
Jason C with the 5-piece says, I think you can speak on marriage even if you haven't been married to prevent survivorship bias.
I think I was responding to Queen Sheba.
All right, Congo English with the 20-piece. We appreciate you, G. That's family right there. Salute the Congo. Say Trill and Ricky, thank you for your spoken word and grandeur. Passing through Godspeed, Daryl Long. Concur with the latter on Trill. Appreciate you, G.
OG.
J Dub with the 5-piece says 2010 Pew Research shows 2 out of 3 Black women thought income was very important for Black women compared to 32% for white women when looking for a husband. Oh, that's interesting stuff.
White women also have money at their house where their daddy lives, so they're not worried about it as much.
True. That is very true as well. Uncle Stepdaddy with the 10-piece. We need more Black doulas because women of color are dying at the hands of the medical system at a staggering rate. That is a fact.
There's a doula that's on my show, Steph into Joy, if anybody wants.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. Sheldon Ward with the 5-piece. I'm sorry, but I grew up around plenty of OGs and glad I'm one now. Folks just don't want to listen because there was a destruction of the community.
Yeah.
That was true as well because when I was young, I didn't want to listen either until I had to bump my head a few times. So that's a fact. Uncle Stepdaddy with the 5-piece. However children act, they grow into those same adults. It starts at home. Agreed. And that's why we got to, again, focus more on being in the home. To guide these kids. That shit is of the utmost importance. J-Dub with the 10-piece. 2002 Pew Research also found Black women have high aspirations when choosing a mate. 55% of black women wanted a well-educated man compared to only 28% of white women. Black women want Captain America. Jesus. Gavin with the 2-piece. I think marriage is only to get yours when it ends. And Congo back again with the 10-piece. Thank you for being vulnerable. Y'all are helping a lot of people real time. That's a fact, man. And again, I want to, salute to everybody on this panel. When we put these panels together, I say it a lot. I don't come up here to argue. I don't come up here to be on some Jerry Springer shit. I don't come up here for theatrics. I come up here to somehow reach some form of a solution. If somebody watches us for 4 hours and don't take nothing that they can apply to their life, we failed.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? And tonight, powerful. In one word, powerful, man. So salute to y'all. Salute to, Crusader Nation in the building, man. Y'all done had the chat lit all night. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. Salute to the day ones. Salute to Beatbox. And salute to the gang. Smooth in the chat, Kenny in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Mars. Y'all been holding shit down. I ain't seen nothing crazy going on in the chat. So y'all on y'all job. Salute to y'all. This has been a hell of a show. But before we get out of here, like I said, I got one last question in terms of solutions. We get to talking about, again, doing too much in terms of showing interest and things of that nature. I think the goal is for us to be together. The only way that we can progress as far as our culture is if we improve the nuclear family unit. So that, the first step to that is the intro. First step to that is us getting together to begin with. So solution-wise, just, after hearing everybody's takes and things of that nature, what do y'all feel like is the main key in terms of making that happen?
Ladies first.
I would say more positive and realistic views of marriage. Platforms like these you're not like the men who are like, don't get married. These women ain't this. Go get your passports. No, you guys are saying some things that are influential for Black men, because I think a lot of young Black men are not guided in a way to want to prepare for marriage. Because when we get the men together, the leaders of this community, that's going to really, when they're not entertaining the women that's working in the club and getting these BBLs and doing all this extra stuff, and they're not paying attention to those women, they're actually looking for wives, women will line up. They'll be like, oh, that's not what they want. Okay, I'm going to go after what the men want. So I feel like, and also for women, like we also need to get in line as well. It's on both sides that it's a bigger picture to build a family, and the Black family needs to come back together again, and stop following after entertainers and social media lifestyle, and really come back together and build the family together. And what that really looks like, because I don't feel like we're prepared. We don't see it around us. We don't see healthy marriages around us. We don't have a realistic view of marriage. So once we put that out there of what a real marriage is supposed to look like, maybe that will help us prepare ourselves to be ready for marriage.
Ricky, I seen you shaking your head. Go ahead, dive in here, bro. What's the solution?
Shout out to Daryl, man. Shout out to you, bro. Look, I'm going to tell this story. I've been with my wife 25 years. I raised my children. I raised other people's kids. I sacrificed. And I hear what y'all saying. I didn't have a dad. I had to figure it out.
Take your time, G. Take your time.
Straight up.
You sound like a great father.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Y'all got to be willing to love each other, man. Y'all don't love each other, bro. Y'all don't. Y'all love money. Y'all love trips. Y'all sit here and give y'all life away to somebody who won't give you their last name. I raise other people's kids. I raise my kids. Some of them great, some of them not. But I was fucking there. I was there. And when this ain't no diss to nobody, but when I tell it's no different when I'm on here and I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to get over that bullshit, man. The same way I got to sit and look at kids that I raised, right? That I didn't make. Right? But then we get in these spaces and everybody, I'm a simp, I'm a sucker. So the very thing we need to be fucking together, y'all don't even listen to me, bro. And I did what everybody expected me to do. Did I go about it the right way? No, I didn't, but I stuck through it. And it's not appreciated. It's not. No matter what y'all say, it's not. It's frowned upon. Y'all spit on it. Y'all minimize it. Y'all make it trivial. And all I'm trying to tell is I fucking love y'all, man. If ain't nobody told you, I fucking fuck with y'all. But we looked at it like, oh, you the throwaway dude. This is what y'all tell me. This is what y'all tell me. Why y'all think we keep getting the shit we get, bro? Why y'all think? The ones y'all need, y'all don't want. The ones y'all need, y'all don't want them. Y'all don't want them. Y'all want the glitz, the glam. Y'all want all the pretty shit. But soon as something happen that you don't like with me, fuck me. Fuck it. All them, one fuck up, take away all them data boys. 44,000 a year. 44,000 a year. My wife got a house, she got a car, she got a place she can call her own. She got a place where her grandbabies can come play with her. Yeah, no big ball and shot calling. Oh, get to the bag chasers. Yeah. Yeah.
It's powerful shit, man. Grown man shit. Like I say, at the end of the day, bro, it take, leadership. Something like this shit ain't gonna be comfortable all the time. I tell people, they be like, bro, like you got some tips, like how y'all been together that long, man? How y'all did it? Fighting every day to maintain this shit. I say it all the time. Like love is, people see love and they think of fantasy and allure and shit like that. Love is duty. Love is responsibility. Love is waking up every day and choosing that person every day. We ain't gonna like each other every day. We gonna get into it. We gonna beef. We gonna say a lot of shit that we don't mean in the heat of the moment and all type of shit. But love is going to sleep and waking up in the morning, choosing each other and trying this shit again the next day, trying to make this shit work the next day. Because fact is, we come from a community to where we don't have many examples of this shit. We figuring it out as we go. Literally figuring it out as we go. So of course it's gonna be mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But I love you enough to where regardless of me not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, you not knowing what the fuck you doing, we're gonna choose each other every day and we're gonna try to figure this shit out together. And if we crash and burn, we're gonna crash and burn together, trying to figure this shit out. That's what love is. Anything else said is just fodder. It's bullshit. So like that's what it takes. And it's discipline, it's responsibility. It's again, waking up and choosing each other every day. It ain't shit easy about it. It ain't shit fantasy world about it. But it's necessary, right? Because it's not about us at the end of the day, especially when we got kids in this situation. It's about them seeing a example so they don't have to go through the same shit we did, bumping our head trying to figure it out, because they got a live-in example right there at the crib. And it ain't perfect. It's not movie-like. But when they look at when your kids look at y'all, they should be able to see the genuine love there, even though we don't get it right every day. I feel like setting that example is enough to push us forward as a community. But if we just say, have kids and one argument or one slip up, fuck it, we going our separate ways. We adding to the problem. We gonna continue to repeat the same cycle, and we ain't gonna never see us reach our full potential that we can reach, because our nuclear family unit is not important enough to us to fight for. So, I don't mean to, go on a long tangent, man, but that, what bro's saying is powerful, man. That shit hit me in the chest. I'm reading the chat. Everybody's saying the same thing.
No apology needed.
Straight up, man. And I'm sure I can speak for everybody when I say we love you too, G.
Yeah, we do.
And you being on these panels and giving us this harsh truth, this harsh reality that a lot of niggas is not getting in their regular life. Like that, that's the dope part about these platforms, bro. It's like this video gonna go up. It's gonna be 20,000 people that done watched it by Saturday.
Yeah.
So if we could reach out and help one of them, we did our job. We did our job. So you know what I'm saying. Salute to you, bro. I just want to say, man, that shit was powerful, bro.
And I'll say this is that what you guys are doing, and Ricky opening up the vulnerability like that from the men's perspective, because I can't. I'm a woman, so I can only reach out to women. So I can imagine what y'all are doing behind the scenes for men, because I have women reaching out to me on my platform. Literally, I have several women reach out and say, I was going to commit suicide tonight, but I was going to give life one more chance, and your video popped up. That's the type of impact that I inspire. And this platform and the people on here, y'all are on here for a reason. We're all different. We all have different aspects and experiences and backgrounds and everything. I grew up without a mother. I was raised by my grandparents. A lot of you guys grew up without fathers. And this is realistic view of the Black community. And there's a lot of healing that needs to happen. And I feel like social media has ruined the reality of what's really going on in this community, that we all struggling. You got women on one side insulting the men for not making enough. You got men feeling worthless because they're not making enough, and they're trying to impress the women because that's what the women are saying. And we're all just trying to find solutions. And this is a solution-based platform, and I'm very thankful for it. And that's why I come here every Wednesday, because I feel like regardless if we disagree or not, we're making an impact on somebody every week.
That's facts. Smooth, welcome to the stage, gang. What you got to add to this?
Man, I'm just listening, man. I was in the chat talking a little bit, giving them some real, But shit, I heard everything Ricky was saying, man. I hope he was a great example for his kids and his stepkids. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, even with dudes in the home in our generation, a lot of us didn't have the right example. You get what I'm saying? Like I said in the chat, my stepdad used to buy weed from me. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad used to steal from me a lot. A lot. You know what I'm saying? Used to steal from my mom's a lot. Used to bring me and my brother school clothes back when we go to school for the first day of school. We come home with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got my first car. I used to park it by my other nigga crib. You get what I'm saying? Just so they don't take it while I'm asleep, type shit. I grew up in them trenches, man. I grew up in them trenches. I used to cry walking from Walmart all the way to the crib. Like, damn, like I'm the realest nigga out here for real. Why shit ain't coming together? You get what I'm saying? So I felt everything that he was saying, bro. Like, and niggas look at you crazy when you start complaining. You get what I'm saying? Or when you start other side watching and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Or when you see kids that got they parents and they doing everything they supposed to do, and then the kid fail. Like, I just be looking at them niggas crazy. Like, what the fuck was you doing? Because if I had your stick, boy, goddamn, I'd be an engineer out here. Goddamn, I'd be in the sky somewhere. So, man, we just got to be better examples, dog. Better examples. And I know we didn't see it growing up ever. Man, I used to have uncles. Man, I don't know if y'all know this. My dad a cop, but all his brothers is drug dealers. All of them. And they all used to stay in the same house together. Swear to God, man.
Wow.
Swear to God. We used to go down there to Appaloosa, man. My uncle used to come through. We only see him one time for the summer. He used to come through, drop weed and money off of me and my brother, man, and we'd be chilling for one day, and that's it. And we'll never see him again until the next year. Like, really outside for real, bro. You know, my mama did the best she could. I can't even hate. My mama did the best she could. I understand all that shit, bro. But it's very important to choose the right partner, even if the nigga not as smart as you or can get as much money as you. You get what I'm saying? As long as he can teach life lessons and teach his mistakes and understand he made mistakes, that's all a young man need, bro. All that money shit, that shit gonna come. The lessons is vital when a young man is young, because if he never get them, he gonna make a lot of mistakes with jobs, women, with everything. And in our community, we used to make some mistakes with killing each other and becoming robbers and being in jail for a long time and all this type of shit. We make terrible mistakes. We don't get the grace the other sides get. So I would just say, man, I like the platform that's going on tonight. Shit. I've been paying attention since I woke up. I was like, oh, okay, this is what they on tonight. Okay. Let me get dressed. So yeah, man, I fuck with it today, man.
I think we've all heard a story though of someone that came from impoverished area that made it out because of one person that just like believed in them. Whether that was just that one teacher, that one man in the neighborhood, that one like boss that, like sometimes it just takes one person could change a whole young person's life. And I think that we all can do that in our day to day. Obviously, what we do here on the panel, but I think we can all do that in our day to day. Whether that's a young kid out of college that works where you work, that's a junior exec and you're a senior, or, a kid that lives in your neighborhood and you see what they're going through across the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all can like actually take action in our everyday lives as well. But I get it. Things aren't the way they were when we were young. In the 90s, there was a more community vibe where like April's mom across the street could definitely check me. I know things are a little different now and maybe it's not that way, but we can still try.
I agree with Kayla. It takes one person to make an impact, because my entire life, I was telling people I want to be an actress. And everybody kept laughing at me. Like, my family was laughing at me. Like, I literally, like, the only mother figure in my life was like, stop telling people that, you're embarrassing me. So support to me is so important, because I didn't have that growing up. I was by myself, going to UIL competitions and competing, and no one was there. So for me, that's like so important, because it took one teacher to say, you know what, maybe you can't go to school for acting, but you have a face for TV. Go for broadcast journalism. I work for a top 10 news station, all because of one person told me that they saw me on TV. It took one person, because I was told, you're Black, you're not going to be on TV. You're not going to work for a news station. How many Black people work for a news station? I was told all of that. So for me, it is so important for people to stop spewing out talking points or trying to go viral for a moment, right? Because your words can impact people and change their entire life. Entire life. It took one teacher to tell me, I see you working in news. I see you working in broadcast journalism. And that changed my entire path. So I agree with Kayla on that part.
I agree, man. Prototype, welcome to the stage, gang.
What's good? What's good? Appreciate you having me on, man. Hey, this thing got real emotional real quick.
Powerful, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Like I kind of jumped on kind of say some things about, the title question of the show, right? But now it's like we done spun into a whole nother, like let's be real with one another. Like, dang, you about to have me crying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just powerful, man. Me and you went, we can't we went back and forth with this a few times, man. Like I think the solution to us is all being together, right? We got to kind of realize that us not being together is what hold us back from progression of the community, from just everything that's went on. We're trying to break all these curses, that's happened over the past 30 years. And we need to realize that together is the only way we're going to make it through that, and the nuclear family is the only way we'll make it through that. And the petty stuff that we go back and forth about, either whether it be finances or looks or whatever it may be, we got to kind of put that stuff to the side and really get real on how we'll move forward as a community and start rebuilding, you know what I mean, so we can have a brighter future, for all of us, you know what I mean. So like I said, I was jumping on to say something funny for real, but we're a little past that now. So
I understand it, man. Sometimes we take detours, man, and the detour be more powerful than the main road. So fuck it, we just gonna ride on it. You know what I'm saying? I think, again, this platform is solution based. I say it all the time. So that type of conversation is necessary. That type of transparency is necessary, man, because what it shows is just how passionate we are about this shit. It's how passionate bro is about this shit. He could be doing anything else. He got a family to take care of. We all got families to take care of. We got shit that we could be doing right now. But instead, we up at 1 a.m. and in Eastern Coast, y'all 2 a.m. up trying to save niggas that's coming under us. Cause that's what these conversations are for. It's not for us to just, show off and use big words and a bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And like dick measure. That's not what we up here for. What we up here for is to have prevalent, relevant conversations that's gonna push us forward. So I think tonight that, we accomplished that, man. What y'all think?
I definitely think so. And we
Yeah.
had some humor in the beginning. We had fun.
For sure. But yeah, man. So, again, I told y'all we not gonna hit 4 hours. And it's been a hell of a stream. So we're gonna wrap this thing on up. We got a couple more super chats to read, man, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. I just wanna say I appreciate everybody on the panel. You know what I'm saying? It's this is what this shit is about, for sure. Let me go and pay these bills and then I'll go ahead and close us out. First and foremost, man, I see my dog in here somewhere. Let me find Quest in the building, man.
What's up, baby?
My dog. My boy say I dream to achieve a fraction of what Ricky has. Love you, OG. That's real shit, man. Salute to Quest, man. That right there's family. Jason C in the building with the 10-piece. Ricky, we respect you. Your story was powerful, and salute the crew season for having authentic conversations. All of you are inspirational and reflect positive aspects. Success comes in many forms. That is a fact. That is a fact. Appreciate you, G. Congo back again with another 20 piece. Ricky, thank you. Real rap. Congo, we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. You know that.
Big love, big love.
Moyo Sauce with the 10 piece. Rick, you touched my soul, bro. I really feel your pain. It's real. Salute to Uncle Stepdaddy with the 2-piece. Social media is the mark of the beast. I agree, 100%. People
Wow.
take that shit way too far. Back again. I wish I could come on. Yeah, man. I tried to look here, man. I tried to get y'all on, but like I say, man, when the conversation go away, I don't like fucking up the rhythm, fucking up the cadence of it. So I come back next Wednesday 9:30. We gonna be back again, man. I'm gonna try to bring y'all up, man. But appreciate you. Gavin with the 5-piece. Feel like once you agree to be with a woman, then you should also agree to want to work for her and make y'all life better in all aspects. I agree.
1,000%.
I agree. And if you ain't got that mindset, you with the wrong woman. It's as simple as that.
And I think she will do the same for you.
Fact.
If she really love you, she and care, she will.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Money 1322 with the 5-piece. The most successful Black communities was when there was full Black families.
Full?
I
What
would
that
agree.
mean?
Meaning that when
I
we
mean
when
what
we
I think
together.
it mean.
Hold on. I see what you said.
I just want to know if that mean what I think it mean. Cause like Shade Room posted, top influential Black actresses, and like 9 of them are biracial. And
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Nah, that's real. J Dub with the 5-piece. We just need a higher percentage of Black women to take real men like Ricky Williams seriously for marriage and respect.
Yep.
Agreed. The Sosa with the 10-piece. Ricky, I was dead wrong about you, and I'm sorry.
Wow.
Look here, man.
That's love.
That's love, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, I think that's all of them. Yeah. I think that's all of them. Again, man, I just want to thank y'all. Y'all already know it's love, man. We're gonna be back at this thing again next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Central. Y'all know what time it is. Salute to Crusader Nation, been in the building, going crazy all night. I've been seeing leaves in the chat all night. Salute to the mods. Salute to my dog Daryl for coming on stage and dropping gems. Kenny T couldn't make it up tonight, but we're gonna see if we can, talk to his dog and see if we can get him up Wednesday, man, bro.
Man, he a chump. He
running. He running.
He a chump.
He ducking. He ducking.
I need to say that he a chump.
He say, "Can I open with my mixtape?" Hell no, you cannot.
Hey, shout out Sonny Robinson, protect Deion Sanders, support your HBCUs. Yes, sir.
Facts.
Kayla, let me know how I can help.
I will.
Behind it? Okay. And I say that for a reason.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah.
See, building. I love to see it. But yeah, so on that note, man, we gone again. Appreciate y'all. Until next Wednesday, we are out of here, man. Y'all be easy out there and love each other. We need each other. We gone.